Hello. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Let's see. Let's get this chat in the spot. Oh, we don't want to delete that. Can't see. It's late. Don't know why I'm here. Okay. I gotta answer a question for somebody that asked me on Instagram. I'm in the wrong Instagram though. Okay, so he asked me. He's wondering about the IBIS. If I take the lens off, if I see the lens shake, the sensor shake around. Maybe a tiny, tiny bit. We're live right now, Ben. Why do you want to know? I don't know why he wanted to know this. Maybe shakes a little bit. How's it going, Ben? Any questions? Any upcoming projects going on for you? Or are you just coming to hang out? It's late. But we're awake and we're here. This is the live stream, Dustin. He's a little bit different. A little surprising because it is quite late where I am. Where are you based? It's 10, almost 11 where I am. This is about what time that I actually edit the YouTube videos. Until 4 a.m. Minneapolis. Let's see. So you're an hour or two ahead of me then? I think that's correct. Because it's almost 11 here. It is almost midnight. Nice. I'm a night owl. I get the most done at night. I actually want to talk about it in a video on how you can be, I don't know, more successful, or if you want to do some kind of side hustle, like you want to start doing videos or whatever. Not just YouTube videos, but like get into video in general, but you have a full-time job doing something else or whatever. There's a balance. And for me, I do way too much. I do a lot of things. And yeah. But I sacrifice a lot of sleep so I can do those things. You're a photographer? Nice. Do you do that? Is that like your main job too? Photographer? Hey, Tar. My cat. Benzo. I wish I could play like the music I want to listen to, you know, on these streams. Hey, Tar, stop playing with that, dude. My cat is playing with his or playing with some bubble wrap. Let's shuffle. This music's fine, it's just not super entertaining, you know. And what do you shoot on, by the way, too, Ben, if you're still here? 50-50 work in corporate, 50%. I work in corporate full-time as well as a video producer, so. Canon? Nice. What Canon are you on? 5D Mark IV. Going for that R5. The R5 is honestly like meant for photography. I don't know why they market it as a video camera. I feel like they kind of shot themselves in the foot. Even my buddy that he got 2 of them, but he's mainly video. He does photography as well. He posted about it today though, and he was like, so yeah, it's great for photos, but as soon as you switch to video, it just overheats. Can you stop, Tar? Hey, Tar. Can you stop, dude? My cat, man. Got rid of the Mark IV. Oh, you've got the EOS R. Nice. How do you like the EOS R? Actually, one of my other photographer friends, she hates her Mark IV. Ordered the R5 and canceled. You love the R? Nice. How come you canceled the R5? You kind of feel it move. Got to reply to some comments too on YouTube. Guys, I reply to every single one of my comments that I get. There's a few that I don't because I'm just like, what's the point of responding to this person? But the EOS R. I need to make a better thumbnail for live stream. I'm doing a bit more videos lately and don't want to have another system to deal with. Oh, that's true. That's true. So you're just gonna stick with the R for video? This is actually the first time I've gone live and we've talked about Canon. Everybody's gonna leave now. I think that's awesome that other camera people on other systems, I mean. What's up, fellow citizen? I know that new art, man, the 85 art. I'm excited for it because I've almost bought the 85 art, but it's big. I've used it before on my Sony. I haven't used it on the S1H, but I've came close. But that little baby 85, I like it. Favorite focal lengths: 35, 85. Probably making this shake a ton. I'm making this shake a ton. Yeah, 35 and 85. Those are my favorites. It's magic. When is it available? Or is it available now? Let's see. By the way, since you guys are here, do you guys know about the giveaway? I can actually show you what something I am giving away. I'm literally using it right here. All right, we're gonna pull it up, and you can see. This month I was going for a massive 40mm for first native. Now I'll go for that if I can. Hold on, let me look it up. Yeah, dude. Yeah, guys. Dude. Yeah, dude. We're doing a giveaway. So if you watched all the way through on my last video, and it's in the description of that video, very bottom. But I'm telling the people that come to the live stream too about the giveaway. So we passed 1,000, which is crazy for one. So thank you guys. Passed 1,000 subscribers, and that was only like a week and a half ago. We're already almost at 1,300. Like, things are going insane. Hold on, I'm trying to find that Sigma. Quality content. Thank you. I mean, I try. Okay, so it's pre-order. When is it shipping? 1,200? The old one is 1,100. It's $100 off. Like, easily. Is there a big difference in it? Okay, hold on. I'm getting distracted. Let me, so I'll show you one giveaway. Is going to be one of these. This is a prototype, so 27th-ish. Okay, got it. I got to see a comparison between the 85, the other 85. Okay, it's really big, so. Okay, so we're giving away one of these mouse pads. Ignore this. This is a prototype, so ignore that, but you'll get the logo. Dustin Armstrong logo. Video tour guide logo. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, you're going to get a massive editing mouse pad. Like, look at this thing. It almost takes up the whole screen. That's a cat pad. Hey, you could use it for editing. I mean, you could use it for gaming too. You could use it for, you know, if you like have a bunch of gear, like setting gear on this is really nice. I have my old one back there. So we're giving one of these away, and we're also giving away one of these hats. So nothing crazy. I mean, I'll probably do another giveaway that's like actual camera gear, but this is all I have right now. But ignore this. This is a prototype. Models can wear it. Exactly. The hats, I just like flat brim hats. I wear them all the time. There's a few videos I'm not wearing a flat brim, but I just love hats. Always have. I feel like such a cliche, like, what's the word? YouTube filmmaker. Because I feel like a lot of filmmakers, videographers, whatever you want to call them, like Devin Graham, like YouTubers, they all wear flat brims. And I'm like, I swear, I wore flat brims before they existed. I'm not a cliche. Okay, I'll accept it. I'm a cliche. Sorry, hold on. Let me get this mouse pad back. I'm not ignoring. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Be giving away one of these hats as well. I don't know which hat yet. They haven't sent it to me yet. So, yeah, we'll be giving one of those away, though, too. No one will buy the old one. That's actually not a bad idea. There will be tons on eBay. And so you might be able to get a really good price on the old one. So maybe I'll get the old one. So what machine do you usually do your edits on? So I have a laptop. It's a Mac. But this is my PC I'm streaming on right now. So I also edit on my PC. And I built this machine like 4 years ago. So it's kind of old. It does okay. I mean, it does not just okay. It does pretty good. It's I've got a GTX 1080, a i7 7820X, 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, it's really the important stuff. But it does pretty good. Giving away a red in 15. No, I'm going to give an Airy Signature Prime away. What's the nautical theme on the hat? This thing? This is their logo. Finlay hats. Here, I'll type it in the description or in the chat. So Finlay hats. These guys are super cool. I love their hats, but they're just a really cool company, so. And then spaceship, and then this is totally like hipster, but it's honestly super useful. So you can pull these out. And if it's really windy outside, you can take this, and you can put it under your chin, so then the wind doesn't blow the hat off. It just goes around your neck. And this is kind of cool too. What is happening here? Where's my headphones? What did I do? There we go. So this is kind of cool too. On the inside, they have a secret pocket as well. So yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. So it's a cool hat. I've also got more stuff in the works though. More, let's just say, camera gear in the works. And it's not something, it's gonna be like my camera gear, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but basically, yeah, it's gonna be awesome once, maybe a few months before I can reveal more about what I'm doing, but yeah. Still be doing videos though, obviously. My MacBook though, it's a MacBook Pro. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. I think it's an i7 6 core, I want to say. And then I've got a Radeon. I can't remember the graphics card, but it also does pretty good. It's a few years old, but it does all right. Sometimes, like, I like having a desktop machine, but I don't know. Sometimes I just gotta move. So I work from home too. So I'm just like, when I edit full time, like at my job, I'm down here in the basement. And then when I edit YouTube videos, or when I edit my freelance work, it's down here. And so I like having a laptop because I can go somewhere else and it doesn't feel like I haven't just sat in the same place all day. So, has the S1H autofocus proven to be a hindrance at all, or are you happy with it? Have you learned to work around it? So, personally, because, sorry, I'm trying to fix this hat. I don't think having manual focus as your only option is a hindrance, because if you're working on like a 7 a.m. here in the morning. Good morning. So, make sure my hat's straight. So, I don't think it's a hindrance at all, because if you're on like a production, normally you're using like cinema lenses and they don't have autofocus. You've got a focus puller, you're using manual, so it's not a hindrance at all. It does make it less convenient if you're like a run and gun shooter. So like, I'm mostly a run and gun shooter. I work on sets, but we usually are shooting on reds. We're not really shooting on this. But when I was in LA on a shoot, we had the red, and the red, it was actually having problems. And in the middle of it, I had to update the firmware to see if it would fix it. And so I had to go back to this. And so I'm super glad I brought it, because for some reason, I don't know what was happening with the red, but it was recording, and then it would just stop recording, and then it would like log it, and then I had to shut it down and turn it back on. And so luckily, after I updated the firmware, it was working better. But yeah, it's not a hindrance at all, in my opinion. Manual focus just makes it less convenient for like weddings or just solo shooting, just like any type of that stuff. So I don't think you should buy a camera based on autofocus, because you can learn to work around it, and it makes you more versatile as a videographer or a filmmaker, whatever you want to say. Do you mainly use one system for your videos, or do you just mix and match whatever is available? Yes, mobility is key for me. I mix and match. So this is an A7 III I'm on right now. And then I have, obviously, my S1H. And yeah, I pre-ordered the A7S III because it's just, there are scenarios where it makes sense to use the A7S III. And I don't know, maybe I won't like it, but the convenience of just having autofocus for just this type of stuff too, like YouTube content, is super nice. So that's a big point. I used to have, Dustin is the greatest ever at cameras. I mean, you tell me that much, it'll go to my head. So what was I saying? So I mix and match, because a lot of the times, clients will want the resolution because they like to, they like to save that footage and have the high resolution, so then they can go back to that footage, and it'll still be a high resolution, like in 10 years, like it'll still look great. So that's why a lot of the times I'll shoot on reds especially at my full-time job. We have 2 red heliums at my full-time job. But so I mix and match. I think it just makes you a bit more versatile and better filmmaker or videographer if you can pick up any camera and use it. So I will use any camera, no matter what camera somebody hands me, I'll use it. And it also is nice because then you know what limitations each camera has, the more cameras that you use. But yeah, good morning, David. Sorry. I love manual focus for stills sometimes, waiting on Nova Flex for my M lenses on the S1R. So I'm getting, I just ordered the, what is it, M40, the Helios 44-2? At least the adapter. I haven't bought the lens yet, but I'm going to adapt that to the S1H and do some videos on that. Because, yeah, I want to get into some, like, vintage glass and, like, anamorphics. Yeah, we're going to be doing some PL primes very soon. I'm very excited. Maybe expect a video in a few weeks on some Cine primes on the S1H. It's going to be epic. But, yeah, I'm waiting. I forgot. What mount is that? I forgot. But I'm waiting on that mount. Classic red. Oh, yeah. Good points. Thanks for the response. No problem. Anytime. This is why we're live. To answer questions, give advice. All the things, basically. I like live streaming. It's just a different experience than the actual YouTube videos, you know. I just Sony all day long, but the A7S III is very compelling. Yeah, I grew up, my first camera was a Canon T3i. That was like way back in the day. Oh, that's where that was. I was looking for that hot shoe mount or cold shoe mount. But my A7S was like, that was like my first camera, mirrorless, serious camera. So I love Sony's system, but I love Panasonic system too. And like I've used Canons all day long too, but back in the day, like I shot a lot on 5D Mark IIIs and 5D Mark IVs because clients would just have them and they would just need me to use it, you know. So A7S III though, it's going to be my workhorse, especially for creating this YouTube content, like just filming myself. So I'm excited to compare it though to this and do some stuff with it. So, but it's not going to replace my S1H at all. Makes sense if you're not too worried about autofocus and colors. Yeah. Yep, I agree. I used to be very into the low res, but the S1R looks so good, and still samples of the A7S III don't seem too good, but it's video, which counts for that. It's true. I think it'll be nice for like social content, like the autofocus, the stills on the A7S III. I think that will be useful, but the obviously I'm not gonna like take a picture. I'm not gonna take that on a trip with me and like take a picture and blow up the image. I'm gonna keep my A7 III probably for that, but I only take pictures as like hobby, you know, vacations and whatnot. So I am a bit lazy and love the convenience of one system, being able to go hybrid. Well, and that's the thing though. If you're on multiple systems, it's expensive because I could have just bought, if I was just on one system, I could have just bought all Sigma lenses that were E-mount, and I could have used them, you know, just on my Sonys. So I have 4 Sigma lenses that are L-mount, and then I have 3 Sony lenses too that they're Sony brands. I've got the 16-35 G Master, the 55mm 1.8, the Zeiss, and the 90mm macro. So yeah, that's the big problem with being on 2 different systems. It's just so expensive because I can't use either of these lenses on either of these cameras. But that's another big reason I went with Sigmas. I actually wish I would have gone Sigma on my Sonys, but whatever. I already have the lenses now, so. Helios, I haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet. Yeah, I want to. LTM, I can't remember what the mount is. It's the screw mount. I don't know what it is, but I ordered the adapter because, yeah, I'm getting ready to buy that Helios because, man, that bokeh, whatever you want to call it. It's bokeh because Japanese, but bokeh. I just say bokeh. It's just easier. it looks good, and I want to try it out. So honestly, I kind of want to tell people, I want to make a video about it. It's like, don't buy a nifty 50, just buy this lens because the Helios is just so cool. I have a spare gas. What? Please drop a video about the S1H. Oh, I will. Don't worry, Elliot. I have so many videos planned. I would show you. It's on my phone. Where is my phone? Oh, it's right there. Yeah, I have a really long list of videos that I want to make on the S1H. I haven't even gotten into like ideas for the Sony yet. When it comes, I didn't order the R5. I'm just gonna borrow some friends of mine so we can do some comparisons. I think I want to do a little bit different thing though when it does come. I think we get even with my like spec comparison video, I feel like we get a little too obsessed, I guess is the word, with specs. And so like, I think what I'm going to do for the review, and I actually want to do it on the S1H too, like 1 year later, I don't want to talk about specs like at all. I want to just create something awesome and just show like what the camera is capable of. And then once that video is done, like show that first. And then at the end, talk about my experience with the camera and the things that I loved, things that I didn't like, things that, you know, I still need to look into, stuff like that. Because yeah, if you want to see a spec channel, the real spec breakdown, I'm like, just go watch Gerald Undun's channel. Cause like he's the king of like technical breakdowns. And so I think that's what I'm going to start doing with my reviews, is just like, I'm just going to make something cool and I can show you what you can do with the camera and then, you know, tell you my experience with it. I have a spare A7 III, but boy, it breaks my flow every time I use it on the job. Yeah, it does make it less convenient too in post-production. So that's another reason to have all the same system, be on all the same system. Started with the Sony Voigtlander, but dropped the lens and forgot Sony once the Fuji X Pro 1 appeared. Oh yes, that's why M lenses are nice. Yeah, Sigmas have mount conversion option. I've debated about taking apart one of my Sigma lenses. Maybe later. Maybe I'll find a cheap one and take it apart. That's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. The cost of multiple systems and the burden of overthinking every time I have to pack gear. That too. It's a lot more thinking. The new promo video for the old Fuji 35mm 1.0 has a Japanese engineer saying bokeh a lot. Good for reference. Bokeh. It's just easier to say bokeh. Siri anamorphics look nifty. I know, I've been curious, but they don't make L mount. They have them for the Sonys, but I'm like, I want to put anamorphics on my S1H. I don't really care to put anamorphics on my Sony, like really at all. Maybe one day, but yeah, I'm more interested in putting anamorphics on the S1H. So Obsessed with Specs, great name for a channel. Hey, if you're starting a YouTube channel, Obsessed with Specs. That's what Gerald's channel should be. Obsessed with Specs. Except he's not obsessed. He's obsessed. He breaks down things really well, I think. Experience with the camera. That's right. It's these reflections on the experience and subtle things that appear. Perspective. Yep. Can you please suggest 2 lenses for video for S1H? Budget is $2,000. I mean, do you need a wide angle? Do you need a telephoto? What do you need? What do you want? And then I could suggest some lenses. Very good point. Yeah, totally. L mount is brilliant. Yeah, do you guys want to know a secret? Mid-range lens. Honestly, I would go with the Sigma 24-70 and maybe the Sigma 35mm 1.4, because the Sigma 24-70, unless you want Panasonic glass, then that's going to be harder. You're going to have to probably go with maybe the 24-105, the f4, and then the Sigma 35 1.4. I just think it's nice to have a fast lens for those lower light scenarios, you know? So I don't know. It's a hard thing for me to suggest, but if it were me personally, I'd probably do like the 24-70 and the 35 1.4, because you'll stay under $2,000 for that, for those lenses. I'm pretty sure. We can check. Here, let's check. Let's check. Where's my screen? Something like that. So yeah, the Sigma. I actually have the Sigma 24-70 with me. It's in my bag. Let me go grab it. So yeah, the Sigma 24-70 is $1,100. You could get it for really good used. Let me grab it. Here's my lenses. My L mount, at least. So yeah, Sigma 24-70. Let's flip on autofocus real quick. Oh, it's already on. No. Hold on. I can't see the menu on the camera. Hold on. Too high. Okay, so yeah, the Sigma 24-70. I believe in you. There we go. Great lens. I mean, you probably watched my video on it, but great price. Highly recommended. Recommend it. Forgot I'm on the other screen, but yeah, it'd be $1,100 new. And then the 35mm. Oh, it's actually on the S1H. The 35mm 1.4. Highly recommend as well. I like that it has this on the top, so that I can actually see. I mean, you'll be able to see on the screen where the focus is, like if you're on focus to infinity or whatever. But like, it's just nice, especially when I'm on my gimbal and I'm calibrating the lens with the focus puller. It's nice to see that, and it feels a lot like the Panasonic. When you spin it, you can feel it kind of like click, and then the focus is like has a little bit of what's the word? Has a little bit of it's a little bit harder to turn, I guess. It's got a little bit more torque once you get past like the focus. I didn't explain that well at all, but sometimes I wish I didn't have so many choices. I know, right? The 24-105 cheaper in kit. The advantage of Panasonic is that the gearing, etc., is perfectly matched for video. It's true. What Panasonic glasses do you have for your S1H? I actually have 0 Panasonic glass. I only have Sigmas. 24-70, 35 1.4, excuse me. Sigma 14-24, and the 50mm 1.4. I think I'm going to get the 35 1.2 for the Sony though. I guess I should change screens. There you go. So this is 24-70 Sigma 14-24. 50 1.4. 35 1.4. So yeah. I was tempted by the 24-70. I'm not gonna lie. After I did that review, I was tempted by it. It's nice to keep strictly to one. Sometimes it is. Oh, you need a flip screen. So I actually have a monitor. It's right here, but I can't see the menu on the camera. So I'm sure I could change some settings though, and I could get it to show up, but I don't know. Actually, my next video is gonna be about this monitor. See if I can show you it. There you go. There you go. Next video is about this monitor. Little tease. A budget monitor. Ah. I'm dropping it. So yeah, I have a screen, but it doesn't show me the menu, so make a video on the Crane 3S. I got to get my hands on one before I can make a video. Tension. Thank you. So yeah, there's more tension. So on like the 24 to 70, there's no tension when you get to the end of the focus throw. But or the 14 to 24, there's no tension at all. But the 35 and the 50, once you get to the end of the focus throw, oh, I'm not in auto. There you go. So once you get to the end of the focus throw, there's tension on the focus ring. And you also just see it right there. So that's super nice. Yeah. I love Sigmas, but here's the thing is like I just decided to get multiple lenses because I was going to be using manual focus anyways. I just decided to go with the Sigmas because they're just a really good value. They're cheaper, so I could get more lenses instead of just getting like the 24 to 70 and like maybe the 50 millimeter 1.4. Because I don't even think I spent, like this lens is only like 600, I think. Sigma 35 millimeter 1.4 L mount. So yeah, like the Sigma 1.4 is only 700. So I paid 700 for that one. I think the 50 millimeter is less than 1,000 as well. A little less. 950 for that one. It's 1,100 for the 24 to 70. The 14 to 24 is expensive though. But the biggest reason I went with the 14 to 24 is because it's a 2.8. The 16 to 35 is an f4, which, you know, it's just because I shoot in low light when I'm shooting weddings. So I need a little bit more, you know, I need a little bit faster lens. So still thinking that the S1H is the best hybrid camera, excluding A7S III because that one is more of a cine cam than a photography camera. I do think that for like if you're shooting on like a cinema production, this is the better option. But because like we all know now the Canon the R5 is not a video camera, it's a photography camera. And even my buddy that has one, he was like, yeah, no, he's like, no, it's a photography camera. I could literally show you his post probably right now. I'm gonna show you. So personally, yeah, I wouldn't say the best hybrid camera. I would say it's the best option for like cinema work or documentary or narrative if you're going for a mirrorless like a mirrorless body. If you're going for a documentary and you have 10 grand, you should go for an FX9 or a Canon C300 Mark II, you know. Because yeah, those are better for that type of work. They're heavier. So if that's something to consider as well, they're bigger, but they are better set up than the S1H for that kind of stuff. So for documentary and narrative type stuff, or like a TV show maybe. But like you can, I was telling everybody before, Chris, that I'm gonna be doing some videos in the future, very soon actually, where we're gonna be adapting some PL mount glass to the S1H. And like the A7S III is just not really set up for that. So like it is, but it isn't. You can do it, but love Sigma, gotta go, but nice to you. Loving your perspective, Vive experience. Hey, fellow citizen, it's always a pleasure. Any updates, anamorphic lens for S1H? Hopefully soon. I'm trying to work out a project right now with a bride and groom that wants to do a video. And I really want to shoot that. They're doing like kind of this like, I don't know, just like B-roll that they want to shoot for their wedding. I'm trying to get them to go for some anamorphics because I really want to shoot on some anamorphics with the S1H. So S1H full rig on the Crane 3S. That'd be legit. I'm working on getting a cage as well. I actually tried out the Tilta, but no, I'm not a fan. The problem with the Tilta, it blocks this button, so I don't like that. And you pretty much have to like fully like go into their system. Like their plates don't go on Manfrotto's. I don't like the way that you like have to slide the what's it called? Your base plate onto the Tilta cage. Like I don't know. It's just I think it's a great rig, but if you're willing to fully commit to the Tilta cage, yeah. But there's just like little things that I didn't like about the Tilta, so I'm working on getting a different cage because yeah, we're gonna need one. We're gonna put PL mount glass and anamorphics on there because yeah. Hold on, we gotta keep the S1H here, okay? Because it's the star. It's the star of the channel right now. Which camera are you using right now for streaming? It's a Sony a7 III with the 16 to 35 millimeter G Master 2.8. We're at 16 right now, 2.8. Do you find it easy to manual focus on gimbal? It's not. I wouldn't say it's easy, but once you get used to it, it's not that bad. It's heavy. That's the only thing. The thing I would probably complain the most about. It's just heavy. And I had surgery on this wrist, and so like by the end of the day, after I've shot like a wedding or something like that, like my wrist is just like killing me because on the Sony, since it's autofocus, I can put both hands on the gimbal because I'm not pulling focus. Whereas where I'm pulling focus, I've only got one hand, and I've got my other hand right here. You can actually see it in this picture. So in this picture, see how my left hand is on the side? So yeah, I can only hold the gimbal with one hand, and my wrist just like starts to kill after the whole day. So, I keep moving that. Stay. Good camera. Waiting on the 12K Blackmagic to go mainstream. Sigma is too sharp? You think so? They are really sharp lenses. They don't really have character to them. So if you want a nice clean look, the Sigmas are great, but they are super sharp. There's no character at all to them. I mean, there's a little bit of character in the flare, but I just like the build quality. I like the construction. I like the price for the quality. That's the big reason I go for the Sigmas. But because yeah, it's still hard for me to drop $2,000 on a lens. This lens I'm using right now is the only lens that I have that's $2,000. Even the 14 to 24, I think it's like 1,500. Oh my gosh. It's hard to swallow. It was well, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't as bad to drop it on the camera. Cause yeah, I mean, I was ready though for the camera. I was ready to take my personal side work to the next level. So I was ready. Thank you, man. Hey, no problem, Chris. Anytime. I think the Blackmagic though, the 12K will be awesome for like VFX work. I'm interested to see. Those files are gonna be huge. I'm interested to see that. So, any downsides of using the Sigma MC21 adapter except the autofocus of the S1H? I actually don't have the adapter, so I only have L mounts, so I couldn't tell you. I've heard complaints about it. And guys, okay, I'm gonna tell you a secret for those who are here. I feel like I am the only one who is invested in the Sigma MC31, the L mount to PL mount. So yeah, that's coming soon. I'm going to be doing a review on that mount because I couldn't find any information out there on it. And I looked at like Wooden Camera, I worked at like the NovaFlex. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the NovaFlex. But right after I ordered it from B&H, I ordered it from B&H, and then it said more on the way. So I think B&H had one of them, and I was the one that ordered it. So anyways, video's coming soon. We're going to be putting PL mount glass on the S1H, and it's going to be the first video is going to be interesting, the glass that we're putting on it. Let's just say it's a forgotten cine lens. A forgotten cine brand. I don't know what you want to call it. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited to do a review because, yeah, I don't think it's expensive, that Sigma adapter, but I was like, if I'm going to be putting on like anamorphics and like, you know, PL glass, like I want a good mount. Even I don't want to go cheap. So what is it called? The NovaFlex. Here, L mount to PL mount. So, oh, sorry, wrong screen. L mount to PL adapter. So yeah, I was looking at this one. I know some people I think have gotten this one. No, it's not the NovaFlex, sorry. Yeah, more on the way. So I was the one that bought it, the only one. The Photodiox. So this one, that's 150. I thought about getting that one, but it was actually a company mystery box. Hey, have you guys actually watched this video? Let me go back. Have you guys watched this video on the S1H? If you haven't, you need to. Because it's incredible. This one. So yeah, this company, Mystery Box, is local to me. And they actually had that adapter, that Photodiox. They had this adapter, and I asked them about it, and they said they were returning it. So that's why I decided to not go with this one, and I went with the Sigma. So sorry, I'm going off topic, and I swear I'm gonna answer you. I just go on. I get distracted, go on rants. Not rants, but get off topic. G86, any thoughts? What is up with Panny's strategy on video vlog photo cameras? I think if they made a GH6, I mean, it's all speculation and rumors right now. If they made a GH6 though that had good autofocus, people are gonna go nuts, especially Panasonic users. So that would be cool if they did that. I think we'll see. I don't know what they're doing. So I don't think we're going to see an S2H or whatever anytime soon. I did see the rumor of the S5. Was that what it's called? It's like a smaller mirrorless. It's like the S1. I don't know. I saw that though. That'll be interesting. I don't know what Panasonic has up their sleeves, what they're doing. C300 Mark II is too big. I'm filming a documentary. We have C300 Mark II, C100, S1H, GH5. So the best for ergonomics, C100 and S1H. You think so? Yeah, that's the big thing is like, if you are going to shoot documentary and narratives, you can go with the C300, but they're huge. That's the big reason I'm like, if size is like a big concern for you for the type of work you're shooting, then I think the S1H is a better option than like the A7S III. You could still use it, an A7S III, in that scenario. It'll be a great camera for that, but I think this is a better option. So Team S1H, that's right, Jeff. Team Panasonic. I just can't believe, like, I can't believe that, like, there's not, like, there's people that are making YouTube videos about the S1H, but, like, I can't believe that there's not much competition out there for me right now. Well, and bigger YouTubers. So, like, I don't know, Gerald Undone, like, Peter McKinnon, even like Potato Jet, none of those guys talk about this camera. None of them. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, and a lot of them, like Potato Jet's a good example. He even shoots on like Aries and Reds and like all that stuff. Doesn't mention anything. Panasonic is like forgotten. I just don't understand, because I'm like, this is a great option for those people. So I don't know, whatever. I beat him to it. But you make good reviews. Well, thank you. I try to. I mean, I'll still do reviews like the Sigma, that mount. I'm still going to do a review on it. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for this mount. Did you see the adapted from Canon EF to L mount with ND filter? The adapter? I think I did. That will be nice, actually, especially for like, this is one thing you guys should be aware of, actually, on the, I wanted to make a review about this lens. So if you're thinking of getting the Sigma 14-24, so you can't put an ND on this, just so you know. I mean, a lot of wide angle lenses. Oh, hold on, let me change. So a lot of wide angle lenses, you can't, you know, I can't remove this, you know, the lens hood. So you have to go with rear NDs. Come on, there you go. It's right there. There's like a little clip. So that's kind of a bummer, but the adapter would be really nice if you have the EF mount with the ND built in. That would be super nice. Sorry, I'm just taking it off autofocus. It's not super ideal while you're streaming. So what streaming software do you use to overlay your logo? So I think that's actually just coming from YouTube. Would you guys be interested in some streaming videos? I actually have a lot of experience streaming. I had a dream, let's just say that, to stream. So how to get good looking footage from a stream. So I use OBS to stream. I also have a mixer right here. You can't see it, but I have a mixer right here and my mic goes through it. But it also allows me to control like the music that's playing, so I can turn it up. Stuff like that. I've got a stream deck over here, so that's how I change cameras and whatnot. Yeah. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, but maybe down the line. So yeah, the logo that's there right now is from YouTube, but like this logo that's under my camera that says, you know, Dustin Armstrong, your video tour guide, that's in OBS. So saw it and it was ridiculous fire. Oh, you're talking about the short film? Yeah, everybody needs to go watch that short film. This one right now. I would watch it. I guess we could watch it. This is what sold me. This right here is what sold me on the S1H. No joke. But yeah, so Mystery Box is like down the road from me. Yeah, if you want somebody cool to follow on Instagram, Mystery Box. I love Mystery Box. And I don't really work with them, but I work with guys that work with Mystery Box. So yeah, I recommend their Instagram. Tell them I sent you. Tell them I sent you. Dustin Armstrong sent me. I don't know if they know me or remember me. I've been to their place a few times. They have a robot though. It's crazy. Robot arm, little mini robot arm. Dude, yes, I feel like there's only less than 10 S1H owners. No one talks about it or really owns one, right? I feel like my channel has convinced a lot of people too. Like there's just not a lot of info out there about it. And that was actually the reason I started making videos, was because I had shot 2 wedding videos on it in December when I bought it last year. And Hang on. I gotta put a battery on my monitor. Oh, my light died, so I'll have to go charge that too. So hold on. I'll get back to that story. So yeah, this is how my channel started. I bought my S1H in December of last year, and I done 2 wedding videos on it, posted them on YouTube because I was kind of just sick of Vimeo. I just felt like I was paying like $60 a year or something with no benefit. Like, it was just a place for me to put my videos, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. And there's a cool story to this too. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to put my videos on YouTube. So I moved everything over. This is like a year before I bought my S1H. Bought my S1H, posted some of my videos there, and they were getting like, I think some of them got like a few thousand views. And even a wedding video I shot on the GH5S got like, it's like my most popular video. And it's like 30, I got like 30, I don't even know where it's at right now. Let's just see. I'm curious. It got so many views. And I was like, why are these cameras getting so many views? And it's just because there's not a lot of content out there. And so I was like, huh, interesting. Like, so that was like, well, I'm just going to start making videos about this camera then, if people like are just wanting content. So one of my videos, yeah, got 900 views. One of them got 1.1, and I wasn't even like tagging them or anything. People were just searching Panasonic S1H, and I would put shot on the Panasonic S1H, and they were watching it just like, yeah, that GH5S video I did like a year ago, I mean, got like almost 3,000 views, and it's like, I don't understand. And so anyways, that's how I started this channel. New to Panasonic community, upgraded from the A7S II of 4 years to S1H. Appreciate all your info. Well, thanks, Jeff. You're just like me. I was on an A7S. I had an A7S II that I sold. I sold my A7S II. So I sold my A7S. My A7S II, I also sold to try and beat the rush. Because once I found out the A7S III was probably coming this year, I was like, I'm selling these 2 cameras because there's going to be a flood of them on eBay. So I sold those 2 cameras. But yeah, my A7S was my first, A7S II, and then A7 III. They're my workhorses for my side work. This is my side work, not my corporate job. So I'm a video producer, just so you guys know, for a corporate company. So I work full time, and then I do this freelance as well. But yeah, I super love this camera, and I'm just barely touching the surface. Like, there's so much more info on it. If you want to know some videos that are coming up next, so I've got to do a review on this monitor. That'll be the next video. I'm going to be talking about how to expose for HLG and Vlog, and I'm going to talk about the best LUTs for Vlog and for HLG, at least in my opinion. I tried creating LUTs, but because there was just none out there, but then I found somebody who made some really good LUTs, and yeah, his LUTs are awesome. His name's Dennis, by the way. He's actually a subscriber. But so that will be probably the video after that, and then the video after that is going to be about wedding videos. So you should do streaming video tutorials. You are a natural. I can do that. We'll get to that, like how to do a live stream or something, like as a filmmaker. I don't know. I'll figure out some videos, some video titles. Because yeah, this is like, I don't know. There's not a lot of information out there either on how to make a professional live stream like of yourself. So we'll get to that. Vizlex, how do you say that? ND Throttle Fusion Smart AF Lens Adapter, Canon EOS EF EFS DSLR lens to select L mount, built-in variable ND. 1 to 8 stops. That's a really long title. Hiccups. So it's called the Visilex ND. How much is it? Whoa. What is wrong with me? So it's $80. That's not bad. That's pretty nice. I don't have any EF glass, so there's not really much me to well, I guess I could use some EF glass from work. If I could get my hands on one of these, maybe they would send me one. What, guys, we're starting to get bigger to where I can get people to send me things so I can actually try them out and then obviously send them back. But this monitor was actually sent to me. I think I just felt bad because I didn't have a monitor. I want to get a Ninja though. I want to test out ProRes RAW. I'm just cheap. My big problem. I'm not cheap. Obviously buy really expensive gear, expensive cameras, but you know, it's hard to swallow this stuff when you buy it sometimes. Anyways, I own an S1H, one of the few. Found your channel when I was researching the camera and now follow for the shooting tips and tricks you share from your own experience with the camera. Yeah. Well, thanks, Jacob. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm trying to get some different stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to just cover everything really on the camera. There's just so much to cover. I was trying to figure out if I could shoot in photo mode, because photo mode has a 60 FPS burst mode. And I was like, that would be sweet if I could shoot 60 FPS in photo mode, full frame, and do a time lapse, but it crops in. So, but yeah, what up? Do you shoot all your wedding videos in Vlog? Been thinking about more convenient for weddings and visually better Vlog or CineD. I typically shoot Vlog, especially now that the firmware update has fixed the Vlog issues. I think Vlog is the better option. I haven't shot a lot in CineD. Because yeah, CineD is for dynamic range, right? So I haven't shot really in CineD, but I don't know. I shot S-Log 2 and S-Log 3 on my Sonys when I was on my Sony for weddings. And I just prefer to work with log footage instead, so that's why I shoot Vlog. I'm actually gonna in that video where I talk about the LUTs, I'm gonna talk about exposing for Vlog as well, because I have changed my mind after doing some research. So I said in a lot of my videos that I expose to the right, ETTR, right? And then I pull those two stops down so you take out 2 less stops of noise. But there's a disadvantage to that now too. So it's more just about preference. And so now you'll lack like tonality and like colors and stuff like that. There's a disadvantage to it. I need to write the script. But yeah, so I've changed my mind about exposing to the right in Vlog on the S1H. I typically try to expose in the middle now. I just try to set my zebra. I'm trying to do zebras because, you know, it's just better option. I wish that the vector scope, though I wish the waveform monitor was a little bit easier to read. So that's another reason why an external monitor would be nice, like the Ninja. This one right here I'm using right now, it has a waveform monitor. This is the one I was using in the last video. It's not very good though. It's just like, it's the same kind of complaint I have on the S1H. The waveform monitor is just hard to read if you just look at it real quick. It's like, where are my midtones at? I can't, is that 42%? Yeah, it's roughly, you know, it's just, I can't quickly glance at it. So I'm starting to move to zebras for exposure. So, do you have any experience in HDR delivery? I don't. I think this is an HDR monitor right here that I want to try it sometime. So like with HLG, I want to try it, see if or even Vlog too. I want to try making an HDR video just to see if I could do it. ProRes is a delight in Premiere, brother. Def recommend. I know. It's just like, I'm a very minimal type of shooter. Even when I'm shooting on a red, I'm like, I want the least amount of attachments on it. Like, I don't want a huge rig. Like, I want small batteries. I'm a very minimalist shooter. I like to try and go small, but the more and more I'm like getting up or like growing in my career, the more I'm realizing like, man, I'm just gonna have to accept like, you know, like we're gonna get a cage for this. We're gonna be putting rails in because we're gonna have big lenses attached, and I don't want to put stress on the mount. Like, yeah. So I just figured like I'm just gonna have to. Ooh, that's another thing I forgot to tell you guys. I'm gonna be doing a review once I get it on the Polar Pro matte box. Yep, I invested in the Polar Pro matte box too. I invested in too much things. I'm investing in it for myself, but I'm also trying to do it for you guys because, you know, I don't just need content, but I feel like you guys will appreciate me like getting my feet wet first, so you don't have to. So, but I'm really excited for that matte box. Really excited. I have the Polar Pro variable NDs, which I swear by. And the biggest reason is because I think they come with more than a lot. Actually, I was really tempted by the Freewheel NDs when I saw they were magnetic, just because that's like so convenient. I gotta keep an eye on my phone, make sure that my dogs don't wake up. So yeah, expect a video soon on the Polar Pro Basecamp matte box. I have a good story about S1H. Just before COVID, I was in India. We filmed a documentary movie about Tibetan and Dalai Lama. Sorry if I totally just did terrible on pronouncing that stuff. So is it already filmed? Is that what you're saying? And you finished it, or you were working on that? Kaiba, any links? It's possible it'll block links if you post them, but you're more than welcome to post links, or I can post links. Do you want a link? Here, I can get a link. I got you. I got you. Maybe. Where is it? Is it not out yet? Man, I went with the Ninja V instead of the Polaroid Pros. Polaroid Pros? Or just the Polar Pros? Is that what you're saying? Instead of the Basecamp? Can I just click on one of these? Oh, here we go. I do not see any. It's probably like a pre-order thing, or they just announced it. I don't see the link. So, Polar Pros. They're pricey. Definitely. But this is why. Let me grab one. This is why I like them. So they come in these really nice cases, like super solid. And also it comes with these like rubberized covers. So then when you attach it to the camera, like you don't touch it. And then it's almost like a lens cap. And you take it off. So that's why I love these Polar Pros, the variable NDs. And like they're about the same price as, like, I don't know the brand, but one of the more expensive ones that are comparable. But it just comes with way more, you know, this little rubberized thing. They look cool. And they come with these cases. So yeah, I highly recommend these. I like them a lot. I've been talking to Polar Pro. They asked if I wanted to join their beta testing program, but they haven't followed up with me. So we'll see. Sorry, Dustin, gotta go. Thanks, man, for the live session. Appreciate your efforts. Thanks a lot. Hey, no problem. Shirikar? Sorry if I totally botched your name. But hey, I appreciate you being here. We go live sometimes. Eventually, I'll kind of get on a schedule for going live. I like going live a lot, actually. I like talking about, I just love talking about this kind of stuff. Have you noticed much color shift on the Polar Pro NDs? I got the free wells. I like them, but they can mess with my white balance and color shift. Kind of warm green on the high end. I haven't, to be honest. I haven't really looked in depth, but I did watch Gerald Undone. He had a really good video about them. And I think there's barely any color shift. And they do have hard stops. Just take it out. So yeah, they do have hard stops. Here, I'll just go manual. Yeah, they do have hard stops to avoid any kind of color shift. But again, I haven't noticed any color shift. Doesn't mean that they have any, but because I haven't really tried in my own experience to see. Pressing on the wrong part of the lens. I do know with the base camp, there's no hard stops, so you got to be careful. So, greetings. What are your thoughts of the S1H compared to the R5 or the new Sony? I did make a video on it as far as the specs, but like personally, so I have a buddy who has the R5, and he even said, I wonder if his story is still up. Whoops. So let's see. Here, I'll just type in his name. He's gone. It's gone. But he said it's a photo camera. It overheats, so he doesn't recommend it. So the R5, personally, it's for photographers. I don't know why they marketed it with like 8K RAW, you know, the whole marketing mumbo jumbo. But so that is a photo camera. The A7S III, I pre-ordered the A7S III because I'm in Sony's ecosystem. Like this is a A7 III I'm streaming on right now, and then I have Sony Glass as well. But I think it's gonna be a fantastic camera. I'm excited for it. There is potential of overheating, obviously, but like as long as it doesn't overheat for like what I'm using it for, it's gonna be a great camera, I think. So, and yeah, the S1H, I think it's gonna be a great camera for a run and gun shooter or a YouTuber, you know, somebody who's by themselves. The A7S III, but it's not gonna replace my S1H, because my S1H, I was kind of talking about it earlier. There's like, I think it's better if you want to use it in like a cinema production or a narrative or a documentary, and especially if you're going to put cinema glass on it, it's going to be better just because there's mounts out there for it. and there's DCI 4K. There's not DCI 4K on the A7S III. Like, these are things I didn't really talk about in that video, whereas this does. You've got anamorphic modes as well, so like there's just a lot of advantages. There's a lot of things that the S1H has that the Sony doesn't. So those are my thoughts. I kind of talked about it more. How many stops are on it? So they have a 2 to 5 stop variable ND, and then a 6 to 9 stop variable ND. My issue with those are that it's 1 out of 2 versions, and for both are expensive. Have you heard of Freewell NDs? I'm looking to invest in those instead. I have heard of Freewell. It's 1 out of 2 versions. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying there, but I have heard of the Freewell. I was actually tempted by the Freewells. I mean, it was after I bought these, but the Freewells seem super slick because they're magnetic. You just put you put your little step up ring on, and then you just bam, bam. And they have covers too. Like, yeah, the Freewells look super slick. Loving the S1H content and comparisons. Thanks, Alex. We got more stuff to go. Don't worry. I like the small rig S1H cage. Also adding the Ninja V on it and a handle. But I feel like for weddings, I either have to have another camera on the Ronin or just take the S1H bare for quick switching. Exactly. So like, it's just too much for a wedding scenario to have like a cage and all that kind of stuff. If I'm going to be shooting handheld though, with like a matte box, a cage would be nice. You can get those lower angles too if you have like a top handle. I'm probably going to get the what's it called? Cordon Bleu? No. Condor. That's what it is. Or is it Condor Blue? Yeah. Right? Oh, it's with a K. So this is the cage I'm probably going to get. This is the cage I'm probably going to get. And they got more pictures on. What's kind of cool about this cage, so this is what I really like. You can't really see it, but the thing doesn't cover the button. So I was talking about this earlier, but the tilta covers that button. And that's like my favorite button to press record on. It also... See this cable? There's a record button on the top of that top handle that you can use. So that is another reason why I think I'm going to go with this cage. And I think this is a Manfrotto plate. Like, you can slide the camera out of the cage. So that's another reason I think I'm going to go with it, because I just think it's going to be easier. Like, when I'm doing a wedding, I can just slide it out if I'm using it for a wedding. And like, you know, and there's, you know, a base plate system as well with rails, which I'll probably get this one, to be honest. But yeah. Question, I get the vibe the S1H is underrated. Why isn't it more popular? Do you think the RAW update will change this? I honestly don't know. It's super underrated. And maybe it's just because it's not one of the big guys. It's not made by Canon or Sony. Because yeah, it is super underrated. And that's why I'm not getting rid of it, because there's just so much more to it that I haven't even touched on, you know. So only drawback I've experienced with the S1 is the autofocus. Other than that, it's perfect. Yeah, the S1, I actually shot like a bike race. What are you doing, Tar? My cat, man, he's loving. There's some bubble wrap on the floor and he's just like loving it. So the S1, I was actually surprised. I shot a wedding in autofocus with the 24-105, and it actually did pretty decent. I kind of fought it sometimes, but it really wasn't that bad. And so, yeah, I was confused when I got the S1H and it wasn't as good. But yeah, the autofocus is not great, but it's fine. That's the thing. It's not a problem. It's not like I'm saying you need autofocus. So a lot of people, like, it's funny, some of the comments I read about autofocus, people get like super passionate about it. And I'm just trying to, when I talk about like, guys, the autofocus is not good, is because I'm not like bashing on the camera or saying like, guys, like, oh, I hate how it doesn't have autofocus. Some people think that in the comments, where it's like, no, I'm more just telling people that I'm trying to get that across to them, that it's not going to be as good as like their A7 III or their Canon, or it's not going to be as good as phase detect or dual pixel, because I don't want them to buy the camera and then just return it because of that, because of the autofocus. So that's why I talk about it a lot, and I try to pound that into people that come to my channel, because I'm like, it's not very good at all. It's okay, but it's not. It just will not compare to that. But there's nothing, I have nothing against manual. I only shoot manual on it. So anyways, Alexander, I've been using the new raw firmware. It's amazing. However, it doesn't fix rolling shutter, which is really the only weakness the camera has. I'm actually really impressed with the A7S III, the rolling shutter, what they've done with it. It does have rolling shutter problems, the S1H. It's not terrible. It kind of makes a cool effect, like that gym promo video I made. The rolling, it kind of made it, I don't know, I wouldn't say better, but it just gave it a different look to it. So have you checked out Sin Cages? No. Are they on B&H? That looks interesting. Sin Cage S1H. Thing is it's 300 bucks. It's 300 bucks for this cage, and it looks good. But the Condor Blue was 300, was the same price, and oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. The Condor Blue was the same price as this, but it came with the base plate where you can attach the rails. And this is the other thing I like about the Condor Blue. It has a, let me just pull it up. Well, I can just pull it up. Yeah, let's pull it up here. Whatever. Where are you? There you are. So see how it has this plate? So you can slide the camera out. You don't have to screw it into the bottom, and then every time you got to take your camera, off out of the cage, you can just slide it out with the slide it out with the plate instead of having to unscrew it every single time. So that's kind of the big reason I will probably get this one, because it's just convenience. I like convenience, you know. The convenience of being able to slide my camera out instead of pulling out a, I don't know what they're called, Allen wrench or whatever. So, but it looks like a nice cage. A little bit worried about it covering some of the buttons as well. So, anyways. Congrats for first 1K subs. Hey, thank you. Hey, everybody who's here, we're doing a giveaway. By the way, I'm going to be giving away one of these hats because I love hats. I love flat brims. I wear them all the time. There's probably like only 2 videos where I don't have a hat on. But I'm also giving away one of these mouse pads. It's a giant editing mouse pad, or I don't know what you want to call it. And ignore this. The logo got cut off. This is a prototype. Logo got cut off. If you want one, you can actually buy them too right now. By the way, there's a link in the description. And I do have like shirts and hoodies, but it's just got my logo. I want to make something out of, I want to make some kind of design. So don't, if you're going to buy something, get the pad. Don't buy the shirts. I just put them up there with my logo. But anyways, the logo is going to be in the middle of the mouse pad instead of off to the side. So, but yeah, I'm going to be giving one of these away for hitting 1K subs. So everybody, thank you for that. And it's going to be going on probably till like end of September. I think I don't know if there's info actually in the bottom of the description. Watch my last video, or just go to the description of my last video. Go to the very bottom of the description. You can see all the info on how to you just subscribe to enter. If you're a subscriber, you're entered. But if you want extra entries, yeah, check it out there. See how you can get extra entries. Agreed, Alexander. Quality of life features on the S1H are still head and shoulders above the A7S III and R5 for production use. I honestly am like, don't even consider the R5 for production use, because my buddy, he shoots on a red. He actually has a red Komodo as well. And by the way, red Komodo versus S1H video coming soon, maybe. Shh, there's a sneak peek. Yeah, I just think the R5 he was like, yeah, it's a photo camera. He does photography too, but he's like, yeah, it's a photo camera. It overheats, especially if you're shooting in photo mode and then you switch over to video mode. It has like the temperature warning. Like, yeah, his experience is like, nah. But A7S III is going to be, I think, a great option for run and gun shooters. But it doesn't beat the S1H. I've had some people comment, and I love when people get super passionate about like some of their comments, or they think like I'm like mashing my buttons like, no. It's like, no, I'm literally just responding to you. We're just having a discussion about the features, because I've had some people respond and be like, whoa, what are you talking about? The A7S III is miles above the S1H. 600 megabits at in S-Log 3, all I, whatever, they're like, that's a game changer. And I'm like, no, I totally agree with you. It is a game changer. I didn't really want to get into that in that video, but the S1H doesn't have DCI 4K. Like the S1H, sorry, the A7S III doesn't have DCI 4K, which it's a small thing, but it's like, I actually, anytime I shoot 4K, I always shoot in DCI or Cinema 4K, whatever. And so, because I don't know what it is. It's just that little tiny extra bit of width. I don't know. It just makes it more cinematic. Like, there's something about it. I don't understand what it is. It's not even, it's like 100 pixels on each side. Like, anyways, but it's funny. I think it's funny when people get super passionate about some of that. Do you plan on modding your Helios lens? I was thinking about buying one. I'm gonna buy a Helios 44-2. I don't know if I'll mod it. We'll see. Like, maybe I'll put a little what is that called? What is that thing called in the back of it? I forgot what it's called. Those little like lens things to make it look more anamorphic. I don't know. We'll see. I really liked the iron glass. I was tempted, actually. Iron glass. They rehoused the Helios. So yeah, if you guys don't know about this. Yeah. Whoa, my voice cracked. So yeah, they rehoused the Helios. Is that legit? So I was tempted by one of these, but it is $950. So yeah, I'm just gonna get the $60 version. So I might mod it. We'll see. I'm gonna just leave it for now. Can you give us some S1H settings, gamma, ni, etc. for each picture profile that you use? Thanks. I don't know if you can modify. Can you modify gamma and ni on the S1H? I don't know if you can. I think you can only mod your curves. I guess that is a gamma curve, whatever. So if you watched my last video, I made a low light one. Let's see. We want to go to photo style. So you can modify contrast, highlight, shadow, saturation, hue, sharpness, and noise reduction. That's all you can modify. So update your firmware, shoot in Vlog, and turn down your sharpness and your noise reduction all the way. That's what I would do. But watch my last video. In the description, I have a low light set picture profile you can try out. So take a look at the syn line. The syn cage sure looks sexy though. It does. It looks really good. The Condor blue, like, it's not super pretty looking, but it's just, I'd rather have convenience over looks. Everyone's making a big deal out of the Ninja external recording for the R5. I'd be upset if I bought a camera for RAW or for... I know, I think it's funny that they're like, oh, you can record on the... And here's the thing, guys. I don't bash on other brands. Like, I try to remain unbiased, but I just think it's funny that they're like, oh, you can record externally on the R5 for 4 hours and then stop for 10 minutes and record another 4 hours. It's like... So what you gotta spend another $500, probably more, because you gotta record, like, I don't know. It's just funny. People are just trying to justify like the overheating thing, but I'm like, just accept it. It just overheats. Sony users, me being one of them, have just accepted forever that the A7 III, the A7S III, they just overheat. It's just what happened. Well, they overheat when you shoot in 4K. It's just what happens. And like, you just got to accept it, and you got to know its limitations, especially if you're outside. If you take like the monitor and you bring it all the way back and try not shooting in direct sunlight, you're probably going to have a better chance of it not overheating. But it's just what happens. Just shooting 1080. Like, yeah, I think it's funny. Watching you from Beijing. Nice. Just leave the giveaway chance for someone closer. I mean, so Video Samurai, the mouse pad I can ship to anywhere. The hat, I would like it to go to somebody who's in the US. Excuse me. Man, we got 19 viewers in here. Wow. So I would like the hat to go to someone in the US just because I have to ship it, but I can ship this anywhere. So, yeah. Any tips to getting started on YouTube? Yes, actually. I plan to make videos about getting started on YouTube. And I'm not super experienced. I have worked for 2 YouTube channels. One of them is my buddy, actually. And I was on his channel when he had like 150,000 subscribers. And then I left when he was at like 500,000, I think. But I've made videos that have gone viral, and I've also worked for a channel that only had 300 subscribers when I started on it, and then when I left, it was at like 60,000 subscribers. It actually kind of fell apart when I left. Well, 2 of us left. The videographer left, and then I was the editor, and they left, and it's kind of just died out since then. So, but yeah, I do have tips on getting started on YouTube, so I'll be making videos about that. My biggest tip is, if you want to get started on YouTube, there is this triangle, right? On each corner of the triangle, you've got your free time, you've got sleep, and then you've got your job. If you want to get started on YouTube and do YouTube, you can't have all 3. You're going to have to sacrifice one thing. You're going to have to sacrifice your free time and get a lot of sleep and still work your job. Or you're going to, spend less time at your job if you can do that, and you'll still get sleep and you'll have more free time. Me, what I do, because I'm a night owl, I have my job because my job pays my bills. I want my free time because I'm married. I have my wife I got to take care of. I got a house I got to take care of. I have freelance work that I do. So I sacrifice sleep to do my YouTube channel. So, but I'll be going over more tips. And yeah, like I said, I'm still a small channel. Like we're only about 1,300 subscribers. So like, I'm not the most, but I can tell you what has worked for me. So I just can't believe we're almost, it hasn't even been a week. I haven't even had 1,000 subscribers for a week and I'm almost at 1,300. So hold on guys, my wife's calling me. So guys, I gotta let my dog out real quick. So I'll be right back. I shouldn't be too long, hopefully. But let me try and answer your questions real quick. In the 709 like profile, you can adjust knee settings. I stick to vlog, so I don't personally have experience with those settings. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look more into that actually. Overheating is the worst. It is the worst. It is like drives me nuts actually on cameras. Because yeah, I've dealt with it on the Sonys. Send the hat to San Francisco. We could do that. I will send it to San Francisco. Would you consider getting a red Komodo? Pretty neat price point for a red. Maybe. I think the biggest disadvantage with the red Komodo is the dynamic range. I want to try one out and see what I think about it. But I've considered the red Komodo is definitely not good for that price when you can get the Pocket 6K for less. It's true. And I wonder how the autofocus is. I don't even know if you can get an RF mount for it yet, though. So, I don't know. I got to look into it. But, hey, bro, watching from Nairobi, Kenya. Wow. You are welcome to visit sometime. Did you say that the Sony A7S III? Sorry, I came in late. What camera are you going for? Canon R5, A7S III. A7S III. I pre-ordered the A7S III. Canon R5 is more photo camera, so I'm just not even going for it. NCJ, I can see why the Komodo is priced the way. It has some nice features, but the Team S1H though. It's true. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta let my dogs out. I'll turn up the music and we'll go to this screen. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, we're back. Sorry, guys. When I hear red, I think 40, 50K. I know. I think it's interesting they went with RF mount. I mean, you can get different mounts for it. I think. Can you? Little over 10K. Yeah, because you got to get all the attachments. I mean, yeah, there's some bodies that are like 20K, 30K, I think. Red, digital, cinema. I honestly want to look into it. I haven't really looked into the... I haven't really looked into the Komodo too much. We'll look into it together. So... yeah, the helium. Wow, the helium 8K, but it's super 35 sensor. So yeah, if you want the Monstro, it's freaking 55K. For that price, you can get a red Raven for about that with 16 stops of dynamic range. Really? Oh yeah, that's right. Actually. Yeah. I think they're just trying to come into different markets, you know. Did any of you guys go for the phone? The red hydrogen? Was that what it was? I used to work at a phone store. I was a sales rep, and we had the red. It was interesting. I don't think the Komodo is on the site yet. It's not on the site. Ah, gotcha. I know the Z-Cam has interchangeable lens mounts. Can't remember if Komodo does. Yeah, honestly, the Z-Cam might be a better option. Yeah, we have two heliums at work. So you'll probably see some stuff on the red. I need to do some videos on the red. Like I want to do a red versus S1H video. Yeah, 16.5 stops dynamic range. So it only comes in RF, so you do have to get... you do have to get, what's it called? Adapters. It's interesting. Codecs don't work well. I honestly think, too, that's probably a big issue, would be a big issue. It's like a DJI codec. I would go with the Kinfit Infinity before I go with Zcam. When you film 6K, do you always make proxies? Me? Do I don't really make proxies, no. On the red, yes. I don't have... the raw footage just does not... once you start putting effects... so, like, red footage plays really well in Premiere, but as soon as you start doing effects and, like, a bunch of different things, it does not play well at all. So I usually just do proxies on reds, but red footage. Zcam got their sensor from... oh, gotcha. Honestly, I think the Gemini is the way to go. If I was ever going to get a red, I'd probably go Gemini. It's that low light. Because I don't need 8K. I don't need it. 5K. 75 FPS at 5K. 96 full format. 120 at 5K. Yeah, I think the Gemini is the way to go. Honestly, if I was ever going to buy a red. I won't. I don't want a red. Just got my S1H rental today. Nice. That's exciting. Excited for you to use it. Red edits real good in Resolve. I need to get the studio version of Resolve. Honestly, like... I hate color grading in Premiere. It's the worst. Sure was surprising. It's giant. It's a big boy. Here's mine. He's right here. The Gemini is amazing. Yeah, I think the Gemini is the way to go. If you ever buy a red, I want this to be here, you know, because this is the camera. This is the real star of the channel, not me. What was I looking up? That's exactly why I switched to Resolve. Yeah, I hate grading in Premiere. It's terrible. I graded in Resolve, but because of the free version, you can just do that. But now that you need now that I shoot in 10-bit, It's just like I'm gonna have to get the studio version. I know you can get a crack for it, but I've kind of got out of just getting cracked versions of software. So was watching this stuff, the Strons. Oh, Strons. I was watching stuff the other way. Fancy seeing you here. The S1H is an amazing camera. I agree. I love the S1H. I'm just excited for what's to come. Like what videos are to come, you know. I come from the GH4 and just got my S1H too. I can't wait to rewatch all your videos about it. Thank you for doing this Q&A too. Hey, no problem. No problem, Burgundy. I do, I try to do these once a week, but they just don't happen a lot because I'm working on videos in my free time. So I try to do them at least once a month. And eventually I want to do this like consistently. There's like a schedule and I'm here. And I even want to bring on, so like Tyler is a good example. You've seen him in my videos. So Tyler, I want to bring on and talk with him live because Tyler has a lot of experience just running your own business. And as far as being a video person, a solo videographer. And so, yeah, he's got some good tips on that type of stuff. So I want to bring Tyler on. I've got a wedding videographer buddy that's the best in the state, like literally 4-time winner, best in the state wedding videographer. I want to bring him on and eventually just start just kind of, I don't want it to turn into a podcast, but I guess it would be kind of a podcast. But yeah, I just want to, I love live streaming. I love the live interaction. I love making videos too, but I like the live stuff too. I was going to stream on Twitch and maybe eventually we'll stream on Twitch as well, but it's $300 for the studio version. I want it so bad, but I just can't get myself to do it. I should just buy a Blackmagic and then we'll be good. I'm going to go with the S1H, but I decided on the Pocket. I was going to go with the S1H, but I decided on the Pocket 6K. Pocket 6K is also great. If you want to like kit out your camera and like do some cool stuff and you're okay with the sensor, like yeah, Pocket 6K is a great option. It's 2:41 a.m. in the USA. I wish for the flexible timings. So yeah, it's not always at night that I stream. I stream in the day sometimes too. Usually it's on weekends. So yeah, sorry that it's only 12:44 for me, so it's not super late, but yeah, sorry. Apologize. Super late. Once you grade in Resolve and dive a bit deeper into color grading, you never want to go back to grading in Premiere again. Oh, I know, yeah. Once I finally like, and I've even been tempted sometimes to just edit in Resolve, like for weddings, because I don't do like fancy effects. The big reason that I edit in Premiere is because of After Effects. That's the biggest reason, because if I want to do some kind of motion graphic thing, or even in my last video, that like scan effect and like the text elements and stuff like that, Premiere just doesn't do it very well. So I just go into After Effects because After Effects is just so, and it's so convenient that it all links together. So that's a big reason I like editing in Premiere. But for like weddings and stuff like that, I don't need to edit in Premiere because I don't really use After Effects ever. So I've been tempted, but yeah, once I started grading in Resolve, I was like, I started doing some stuff in Premiere, and I'm just like, when I went back, I'm like, I miss Resolve so much. Resolve is the bomb. Totally worth 300. I know, I need to just do it. If I hadn't just bought an expensive adapter and matte box, I'd probably do it, but yeah. Hit me up anytime if you want more guest options for your streams. No, I'd love that. Actually, Strauss 11:44 for me. Nice. It's decent timing. Like people are going to bed. They're awake. I'm gonna look you up, Strauss. Are you? Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. Yeah, eventually I'm going to do more, honestly, yeah, like podcast style stuff. I'll still stream on YouTube, but I may stream on Twitch as well, just because Twitch is kind of better set up in my opinion for streaming. And I said it a while back I was going to do it, but I was a lot smaller back then, and so it just didn't really I wasn't getting viewers, and so I was like, I don't think there's a big point in doing it. So I just started streaming on YouTube, because then there's actually people here. Because it's fine, I don't need viewers, but like just having at least some people in the chat talking to me just makes it easier. Let's see. That's the only thing I hated about the Pocket 6a, rigging it out. Yeah, it's like cool to rig it out, but it is a big pain. I like that you can record to an SSD, so NCJ, it's why I opted for the S1H. I need something more handheld. Yeah. The beauty about Resolve is you can do all that in Fusion. You can. I'm so experienced in After Effects, and I feel like with NLEs, nonlinear editors, it's easier to go from like Premiere to Resolve or Final Cut or even Avid. It's easier to switch between those, but like After Effects and going to Motion or going to Fusion, oh man, it's a lot. It's a lot to learn. It's just different. It's really different. Maybe it's not. I need to try. 100% Adobe Suite. I honestly can't stand the bugs and lack of meaningful updates, but the whole package is too good to lose. Yeah, and like Audition too. I don't know. Photoshop. I do Photoshop. Decent amount of experience doing Photoshop. And I'm okay at Illustrator, but not really. I can open Illustrator and get by in it, but I can't design anything in there. Adobe has me hooked for years. And they're starting to release some cool things, like especially for my full-time job, like what's it called? My full-time job, we do a lot of like social media stuff, and so the auto reframe is kind of nice. Yeah. Yo, man from Netherlands here. I have a question regarding rigging mirrorless cams. What are the pros, cons for rigging? I see a lot of people doing it, but never understood why it costs mobility. So I don't like rigging. Actually, I'm going to show you guys. I'm returning this. It's the Tilty Cage, but since it's here, we'll talk about it. The biggest reason that you rig a camera So the biggest reason you rig a camera is because when you put this on, you put the weight here, the weight of the camera here. And so if you're going to attach a big cine lens, instead of putting the stress on the mount, you can put rails on the bottom, and then you can put, what is that thing called? I forgot what it's called, but you can put things on the bottom to take the stress off the mount. And so that's one reason. You can also, if you're doing a follow focus wheel, that's the big reason too. It does provide some protection. If you're mounting a lot of things on your camera, like an external monitor, a microphone, like I can attach a microphone right here, and like I can put a top handle here so it's easier to carry, and you know, you're putting the what's the word? You're letting gravity, like, I'm bad with my words. You're putting the gravity is like helping with stabilization. That's the word I'm trying to say. So it makes it less shaky, holding it from the top handle. You can get lower angles, like, I don't know. But the biggest reason is to put more attachments on your camera. Because like, if you put an external monitor on this, you can put it in the hot shoe, but where are you going to put your mic? Whereas here, you can put the mic here, you can put the external monitor here, or you could rig it on the side here. So that's the big reason for a rig. Personally, I only typically only shoot here, but since I've got videos planned where we're going to be putting some cinema primes and anamorphics on the S1H, and I don't want to put stress on the mount, so that's why we'll be rigging it out. And yeah, I bought the Tilta, but I'm returning it. I don't like it. So they are expensive though. It's expensive to rig out your camera, so to make sure the S1H full production camera, you will have to rig the S1H out as well. Yeah, so NCJ is right as well. But to be honest, it is a little better than the Pocket. Also no weather seal on the Pocket 6K. That's true. S1H is a tank. It is a tank. I decided to learn Resolve when the pandemic happened. I can work from home. I actually still work from home right now at my full-time job, so I didn't have any free time. I was busy as it was so busy at my full-time job because like everything just went online and all the different markets were just asking for videos, and like, so I work in global marketing at my company, so I'm on the Tilta boat. I like their products. It's just I didn't love, so like when you rig it up, you screw it in right here, right? You attach it here. But if I ever want to take my camera off, I have to unscrew this to pull it off. And also, big thing I don't like, it covers this record button. Like, I can slip my finger under it and click it, but it's just inconvenient. Same with this too. It kind of covers the switch right here. And I use this for photos, just like personal life, so yeah, that's a big reason. I like their products. It's just I don't like the way it's designed for the S1H. So I want to be able to slide. Oh, my battery came out. I want to be able to slide the camera off without having to unscrew this thing, because I'm all about speed and convenience, basically. So that's a big reason I'm returning it. So rigging helps with your hybrids look legit, but if you don't have clients peaking, shoot with as little as possible for most flexibility. Yeah, I mean, and it's true too. When you put a cage on your camera, you just look cool. But it's just for rigging stuff on your camera. You're smart for getting rid of the Tilta. I scratched my S1H today, removing the cage. Ah, that sucks, actually. I told you, I don't know if you guys watched my video, but yeah, I tripped and fell with my S1H. Can't believe it too, but you can't really see it. There's a little scratch right there, but that's it. It's pretty sad. But yeah, that's the big reason I'm returning the Tilta. So that's why I use the rig on mine. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody's comments. Is there a weird setting on the S1H to make the trigger clicky? It's really mushy and has no haptic feedback for when you're actually taking a picture. You're talking about the shutter? This button? I do agree, though. It is kind of a weird... It's not a very satisfying click like on the... I don't want to click it. On the A7 III, it's a lot more kind of satisfying click. I don't think there's a weird setting. I just think it's the way it's designed, so not a fan of that either. Yeah. See, we can talk about things that we aren't fans of on cameras. That's why I made that 10 things I don't like about the S1H. That video is kind of going crazy. I mean, crazy. It's getting a few thousand views, but you can export XML from Premiere into Resolve, saving cuts and edits. What I do is grade first, then export transcoded footage, which also makes it super smooth in Premiere. It's true. I could do that. I'm just lazy. And the biggest problem... So I would still do that, too. If I... let me put this away. If I would still edit in Premiere and just do XML. Or you can do an EDL. That's how I do it sometimes. If I'm doing like transitions and stuff like that. And do a pre-conformed sequence. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but So hopefully I'm not yelling into this. So I'm thinking about going with the small rig half cage. Won't cover that record button, still can have a nice grip. Yeah, Drew, I'm going to go with this one, the Condor Blue. I don't know if you're here for that. So I like this one because you can slide the camera out. You put it on a plate and you can slide it out. And I think it's a Manfrotto plate, so it can go on my tripod. Oh, you can't see it. It's over there. That's a crappy tripod I've had. Fun fact. This is my first ever tripod that I bought 9 years ago. Can you believe that? It's a piece of shiz. It's a piece of crap. But it works. Still holds the camera. I need to get another tripod. My other one's huge and bulky, and this one's, yeah, it's a piece of crap, but yeah. That's why I'm thinking about going with the small rig half cage. Oh, I already answered that. So yeah, I'm going with the Condor Blue. Because yeah, I'm going to have to rig it out when we start shooting on anamorphics and cine glass. So, I mean, I don't have to, but yeah. Thanks for the explanation. I guess I say people rigged it for matte boxes. Do you think? Oh yeah, matte boxes too. That's another reason to rig it. With the video coming very soon with the Polar Pro Basecamp matte box. I don't have it yet. Should be here sometime after August 10th. You don't need a cage. And you don't need to rig it like this. I could rig it right now, but I don't want to. You heard of Nicey Rig? Yeah. Actually, my other top handle is for, not for everyone's workflow, but works for me. Yeah, totally. Very nice. Yes. Nicey Rig. My top handle that's in my last video, that's Nicey Rig. I really wish I could use this stuff before I bought it, you know. Because I have to ship it back, you know, to B&H, and they charge shipping. It's like, come on. That's why I like to try and buy from Amazon, but it wouldn't come for like a month, and I was like, come on. Come on, man. That back over there. I wonder if you can fit the XLR1 on the S1H with the Condor Blue top handle. Big deal breaker for me. So, is that the XLR1? That's a good question, actually. Let's look. How does it look without the top handle? We could probably see from this angle, actually. Yeah, you totally could. You could fit it on top. You wouldn't be able to put the top handle on, it looks like. Oh, maybe. It might clear that. I think the handle slides off to the side, too. It doesn't slide forward and back. I think it would fit, though. Yeah. I'm a small rig guy. Small rig. Here's the thing. I've never invested in a rig before, in a cage or anything. I've just never needed to. Obviously, when you're shooting on more cinema cameras like, you know, the Red and stuff like that, in that type of production, that type of scenario, like, it makes sense. But I've never needed a cage. But now that I'm trying to get, you know, do some videos like that, I just am like, I'm going to need one. I can't be just super minimal. So, yeah. My favorite tripod is the Slick 700DX. And I have a Vinton Manfrotto and a Sachler. I can't say these words. I need to look them up. So the Slick 700DX tripod. I'm looking for one with a ball head. Let's see. What's the other one? Vinton tripod? Yeah. Holy crap. You have a Vinton? See, here's the thing. Strons, here's the thing. I don't know if you know me yet or watched many videos. I'm cheap. I can't spend $2,000 on a tripod. It does look nice though. So there's the Vinton, Manfrotto. What's the Sackler? Is there cheaper ones? I'm cheap too. Is there cheaper ones? There's probably cheaper ones. Well, and that's the thing. Some things that you just buy, it's just not cheap. You want to see what? Hold on. Make sure that you want to see what tripod I want to buy. Yeah. Wait. I have it in a list. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to miss your comments, I promise. I may just take a minute to respond. Aha! This is the tripod I'm going to buy. Wrong button. Yes. $110. The newer. But like, you know, I don't need anything crazy. It'll work. I don't use tripods very often. I just need them every now and again, you know? Yeah. I would spend that much, though. If I had the money, I totally would. Okay, so have you tried the base cam yet? A part of me regrets buying it. Really? So I haven't tried it yet. I bought it. I haven't gotten it yet. So I'm going to make a video about it. But I'm super excited. What? How come you regret it? Oh, hard stop. So color shift's pretty bad if you don't catch it. Yeah. That is the one disadvantage. I'm hoping when I get it, I can try and figure out a way to like tell me when there's no hard stops. I just love the lightness of it and that I won't have to put it on a cage. Like I could use it just like this and put it on the front. Like that's the big reason I'm excited for it. So if I'm using smaller lenses, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I hate it when you get buyer's remorse. Or you just regret things that you buy, you know? I hate it. $2K for a tripod. You wildin', son. Well, this is the thing though. If it looks like you run kind of some, I don't know if you have like a production. I'm gonna have to watch some of your videos. Looks like you have a production company or something. I don't know. A nice tripod though. Oh my gosh. We had one back when I worked at this production agency for our Red. We had this massive one and just the head was like 20 grand. Ooh, it was a nice tripod. Let's see, where am I? Something else. What are your thoughts on using a Tiffin Black Pro Mist filter shoots? What is that? Tiffin. What does it do? Huh. So it softens, reduces highlights, lowers contrast, softens wrinkles and blemishes, creates a soft quality of light. Oh, interesting. I feel like it would give it kind of like a 90s look. I don't know. I mean, it depends what you're shooting, you know? If you're using it for a specific purpose, like for some kind of video, I think it makes sense. It makes sense to use one, but yeah, I don't have a problem using them. If it made sense for me to use it, I would use it. Check out Benro, also cheap and nice build. Oh yeah, I know Benro. Benro, Tyler has some of those. I've been to their booth at NAB. There's the Viltrox as well. Yeah, I'll have to look more in Benro, but I don't use tripods super often, and so that's why I'm like $100, and if it has a little ball that I can level it without having to just level it by the legs, that's perfect. It may not last me very long, but that's fine. I find the telescoping function on photo tripods more beneficial than fluid heads of video tripods. Adjusting the height with one pole is so much better than having to adjust 3 separate legs. That's true too. No, that's a good point. Man, 21 viewers, it's crazy. It's probably that's the most viewers I've had in a stream. Yeah, tell me if you figure that out. I'll let you know. I'm going to make a video about it, so my base camp won't come for another week or two, so watch out for it. Heroa. Hopefully I said that right. Any film, TV aspirations, Dustin? Or are you loving the life doing weddings / marketing vids? So the dream is honestly to do this full time. I do have aspirations, like I want to make higher end commercials, and some like I have some ideas for some stuff I want to make on the YouTube channel about some of the like stories kind of, but I do want to make like higher end commercials that tell a story that are almost like a movie, but I could show some examples. I won't play the music, but like a good example is like, here, this is a good example. This is a Tesla. So I'm not going to play the music. You can go and watch this video just because I'm streaming. I don't want to get any kind of ad. But this is the type of stuff I want to make. It's like it has like a story to it. And I think there is words. They do like sign language. But like, it's about this guy. He loves music and stuff like that. Gets married. Loses his hearing. And then, yeah, loses his hearing. And then his daughter takes him in the Tesla that's like silent, takes him out into the middle of the salt flats, and there's like these giant speakers, and so he can actually feel the music again. So like stuff like this is the kind of stuff I want to make. And this isn't an actual Tesla commercial, just so you know. This is like somebody made this. So like high-end commercials. I love weddings, and I have like, there's things I want to do with some wedding videos too that like no other wedding filmmaker is like doing. Maybe there's some other ones that are doing it, but like I want to shoot a session on anamorphics. I even thought about making a video about this. Like, is it practical to shoot a wedding video on anamorphic lenses? maybe down the line. But the dream is to do this full time. I would love to do this full time. I have so many ideas and so many things that I want to do. It's just time, you know. I have a great job, but yeah. Have you ever lost the hot shoe cover for the S1H? Just curious. Oh yeah, mine's gone. Mine's been gone forever. I don't know if you need it though. Do you need the hot shoe cover? I don't know. Halation filter? Locon? What's that? Halation filter. Halation. Low contrast. Interesting. Let's get real for a sec. What do you watch? Any favorite shows or movies? I love this. I love that you guys are not just asking me what's it called? Asking me camera questions too. Cause yeah, you guys don't really know me on a personal level. This is the part what I love about streams. Some of my favorite shows. Have you guys watched Daredevil? Oh my gosh. Love Daredevil. I mean, Game of Thrones, except it kind of went downhill last season, but still, great show. Comedies, like, I love The Office. Office was funny. Not the British version, the American version, I know. Some of my favorite movies. I love movies. I love sci-fi stuff. I love space, everything space. Like, I'll like listen to YouTube channels that just talk about like space. So it's like Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson, one of my favorite YouTube channels. I love space. It fascinates me. I can listen to space, things about space for hours. Freaks me out, but yeah. But I love like Interstellar. It's one of my favorite ones. I'm super excited for Tenet. What are some of my favorite movies? But yeah, I love like sci-fi movies and stuff like that. Like movies that are kind of outside the box and like, but also like accurate. Her was a really good movie with Joaquin Phoenix. Ooh, that was such a good movie. Looper with Bruce Willis and what's his name? Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Love Looper. So, anyways, yeah, that's a little bit about me. Feel free to ask me personal questions. I love talking about that stuff. I did a Tiffin effects filter test years ago on my blog. You can probably find it on Google search with filters. You have to go very subtle. Too much is really cheesy. Yeah, it feels like 90s when I was looking at that picture. It just reminded me of photos I saw of my sisters on the walls when I was growing up. Just that super like soft, like, I don't know, just 90s look. Nope on the Black Promise. It's the most popular filter in movies for a reason. Really? Interesting. 1/8 is safer though. Oh, gotcha. Respect, man. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I want to do that. That's the goal. It's a marathon, not a sprint though. This has been a goal of mine for a long time. Cause yeah, I did stuff for a long time. Tried a whole lot of things on YouTube. I'd like come up with an idea and I would try it and I would totally fail. And yeah, I also thought I was more passionate about other things that I tried on YouTube, but like cameras are just my thing. I've done cameras. I've messed around with cameras since I was like 15, 16. Grew up in Final Cut 7. Sorry. I shot on tape. I'm not that old, but I did shoot on tape. That was where I started. Jan David Gunter is the king of DP of narrative commercial work. His work is incredible. I'm going to write that down. Yeah. So like high-end DP narrative work, commercial work is like what I want to do. And I've got some ideas actually on the channel. I'm going to try. I want to make this like a sports car commercial. I've written a script for like a short film type thing. I got to rewrite it, but something I want to do on the YouTube channel as well. Kind of like Peter Lindgren, Anybody watch Peter's channel? Peter Lindgren? He's from Sweden. He does like cinematic B-roll things. Kind of like that, but not cinematic B-roll. More just like stories like that. High-end commercial work, or like when I get my hands on some anamorphics, I want to shoot some kind of thing with that. Like I don't want to just do a review on the lens or whatever. I want to go out and actually shoot stuff and make something out of it. So Gunther. Oh, Gunther. Okay, I wrote it down. You can replicate a Pro Mist effect if you have some free time. Take a UV filter and hair fixation spray. Spray in the air and let it settle down on the filter. Magic. It's like the trick to make a thing lens anamorphic. With the anamorphic lens flares, I mean. Yeah, don't overdo it. Yeah, it looked good. Interstellar. Oh, yeah. Sam, Interstellar. Looper, top 5 sci-fi movies. Oh, my gosh. Favorite, one of my favorite movies by far, too, is Dread. Not the old one, the new one with, what's his name? Carl Urban. Yeah. Dread with Carl Urban. Oh, that movie is just, it's so sick. I love that movie. I want to watch it. I want to watch it again. Carl Urban? Yeah, so Carl Urban is in Star Trek. Here. There's Carl Urban. He kind of looks like Hugh Jackman. Kind of. Oh, yeah. Westworld 2. Love West. Well, I didn't watch the second season. But the first season, well, I lost interest, honestly, in the second season. I need to watch it again, though. But I loved the first season of Westworld. Like, binged that so hard when I found it. Like, oh, so good. Love the idea, the story in Westworld. So cool. HBO. Oh my gosh. Can we talk about Chernobyl too? The mini series on HBO. Oh, so good. So good. Loved that movie, or that I don't know what you call it, show. How old are you? I'm 28. I should have made you guys guess. I'm pretty young. I look older than I am, but I'm 28. FCP7 for the win. I seriously used Final Cut 7 till I was like a junior in college because I just couldn't wean myself off of it. So I finally weaned myself off of it though and started using Premiere. So any chance the G86 will have amazing autofocus? Oh, this channel will definitely grow 100. Wait till the algorithm finds you. I know. I just need to keep posting. It's already, I can't believe how far it's already come. It's already monetized, the channel. Like, I just monetized it like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, my goal when the channel was like doing okay-ish, my goal was just to monetize it by the end of the year. I was like, dang, like if I keep this up, like I could monetize by the end of the year. But like it snuck up on me out of nowhere. So yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate the support, because it'd be a dream to just focus solely on YouTube. Well, and I'd still do stuff on the side, but yeah, I've been freelance before. I wasn't a very good freelancer. I was good at the making the videos part, but I was not good at the business part. So I have experience and I know what I could do better. So watch Premiere, best indie film ever. Premiere. I'm gonna have to watch that too. Premiere. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. Screen. I forget. Here, let's put this here so I remember. Or is it Primer? Sorry, Primer, not Premiere. Primer. You don't sleep. I'm looking at you from the Philippines. It's 3v18. I subscribed a week ago. Yeah, I was actually, so Terry, I was talking about this earlier because somebody was asking me, do I have any tips for YouTube, for starting on YouTube? And it's something I'll go over in that video, but there's 3 things in life. You've got your free time, and there's a lot that goes under your free time. Like, I don't know, going out, watching movies, like hanging out with friends, spending time with family, like all that stuff. That's your free time. Then you've got sleep, and then you've got your job. It's just like that whole saying, like, of you can get cheap, fast, and high quality. You can have two, but you can't have all three. It's just like that if you want to start making videos, or making YouTube videos. You can't have all three. You either got to sacrifice free time, have your job, and get sleep, or you got to sacrifice sleep, have free time, and your job, or you can sacrifice your job and have sleep and more free time, because this becomes your job. So yeah, that's a video I'll go more in depth about. And I'm not super experienced with YouTube yet. I'm getting a lot better, actually. And there's a lot of mistakes I made too, because I had tons of ideas, that I've tried out, and I've made so many mistakes. And then finally it just like clicked. I was like, oh, I get why those things didn't work in the past, but it's fine. I'd rather do this anyways, because cameras, I could talk shop cameras all the time. I'm talking shop right now, 1:22 in the morning. Watch The Boys on Amazon. He's great in that. Primer is so good. I saw it recently. I need to watch Primer. The Boys on Amazon. Okay, I remember that. I have Amazon Prime, so my first camera used cassette tapes, and it was black and white. Yes. I have a video that I shot when I was like, I want to say I was like 10. I shot it on our home video camera, and it was like, what's the word? It was like what was it? Oh, it was like so crappy. I don't know why, but I don't know why I made that when I was a kid. I wasn't even into videos. I didn't really get into video creation and video stuff until I was 15. So nope, but it will soften highlights very close to the back. Or Pro Mist does, and the old funny ways you put stockings in front of their lens. Why can't I send you a super chat? You're gonna send me a super chat? I don't know, actually. Maybe I haven't earned super chats yet. I thought I did. Let's see. Strons, if you send me a super chat, like, I'll give you extra entries into the giveaway. Let's see if I can figure it out. I may not have it enabled, because like I said, like a lot of this stuff is I'm just barely unlocking it on YouTube. Let's see here. Fans can purchase goods on your channel to connect with you during live streams, premieres, and uploads. Features include super chat and stickers. I don't know how it works. We need that video, Dustin. Which video? So I'll tell you what the video was. My dad was mowing the lawn, and like I had my friend over. We were like neighbors. Still good friends to this day, but we were pretending like we were on different levels. Because I'll be honest, guys, I'm a super big video game nerd. I play video games in my free time too. So that was actually one of my YouTube things that I did back in the day, was I started a gaming channel. So, and then if you go to my Twitch too, I know some people have followed me on Twitch. You can see I actually tried being a Twitch streamer for like 4 months. I actually did well. I just needed to grow an audience on YouTube, and like, but that's the thing, is like, I love gaming, but after I'd tried it for a few months, I'm just like, man, it's a lot of work. I don't know if I can just play games all the time. I'd rather just chat about stuff, chat about tech and like cameras and stuff. It's like, yeah, I figured out that it's or my favorite thing to do. Anyways, it was like levels though, and I held up a piece of paper. It was like level 1, and we had to hide from my dad that was mowing the lawn. And if he saw us, like, it was so dumb. I was 10 though. Give me a break. I would if I could. I don't know why it's not letting you manage super chats and stickers. Maybe it's because I haven't signed up for like an account yet. I already have YouTube Premium. How to unlock super chats on YouTube? Strauntz, you're too nice. Okay, so... Oh, here we go. Okay. I understand now. I haven't enabled it yet. Ooh, I don't have a company. At least not yet. So we'll just put it under me. There we go. I think I just did it. I don't know if it'll work now, but it might. Love to collaborate with you, man. I'm American based in Shanghai. Oh, nice. I am a Panty fan, but ultimately I believe in their products, AV, etc. No, I'd love to. Terry Griffin. Do you have a YouTube? I don't know how we could, what we would collab like doing. Let's see. I'm stalking you, Terry Griffin. I don't find you. How's it going, Marku? Sorry, guys. I'll answer your questions. I promise. I always do. I'm looking at channel. It's a lot of Terry Griffins. Why can't I find you? I don't understand. Well, anyways. Yeah, I would love to collaborate somehow. What's a super chat? It's like a donation. Super chat. You can send me money. You can support the channel. That's the word. Honestly, everything I get from this channel, I've gotten a tiny bit. Now people are using the affiliate links, so that's nice. Everything I get is going to go into stuff for the channel. It's not go into anything else because, yeah, I just want to make stuff for you guys. So bad thing about sacrificing sleep for YouTube and work is they both suffer from lack of sleep. I mean, productivity. It's true. I am kind of a night owl, so I don't suffer too badly. I do get tired. So what happens is, like, I'm just a night owl. I like to stay up late in the first place. My wife goes to bed at like 9 o'clock. And by the way, marry somebody supportive because she's super supportive of everything I do. So it's really nice and easy doing all this, doing all my dreams and sacrificing time with her. But anyways, she's awesome. She's amazing. I'm kind of a night owl, but what happens is, like, I'll end up staying up late so many nights that I just eventually I'm like, I just got to go to bed tonight. And I'll just go to bed at 9 and I'll just, like, on the weekend, and I'll just sleep till like 10. It's hard though too, because I don't get a lot of sleep because we have a puppy right now and he's keeps us up quite a bit. So anyways, you ever use DaVinci Resolve? Color grading is so cool to perform on Resolve. No, I used to use Resolve, but because I don't have the studio version, I can't bring S1H footage, 10-bit footage, sorry, into DaVinci Resolve because it doesn't work in the free version. And I just haven't forked out $300 for the studio version, which I need to just do it. But yeah, we'll get there. I love grading in Resolve. Resolve is like, when you learn how to grade in Resolve, it's like game changing. So convenient, so easy, so quick. So is it possible to open ProRes RAW from S1H plus Atomos in DaVinci Resolve or Windows 10? I'm sorry, I'm Russian. Thank you. I haven't tried, but I think it is. Anybody know the answer to that one? I haven't used ProRes RAW yet, so I don't really know. Being forced to play games is miserable, crushes all motivation. It does. And like, it's not that I was forcing myself. Like, I still loved playing games, but it was just like, I wasn't enjoying playing games like anymore. Like I was, but I wasn't. Like, I don't know. And it's hard to do it while you talk. So that's why I kind of stopped. I stopped playing games. I might have to restart the stream to get super chats to work, but it's okay. Save it for another time. You don't need to do any super chats if they're not working. Another time when I'm streaming. Let's see. Hello, I already replied to you. We could do some tutorials for Chinese. Their market is huge. Actually, not a bad idea. Like in Chinese? How's it going, Tony? Sorry I got to you a little late. Greetings, my friend. I have S1H, but I think to change that to A7S3 because CAF is very bad. Yeah, if you need continuous autofocus and you're not comfortable shooting manual, like 100%, A7S3 is going to be a good buy. I'm getting the A7S3, not even just for like my own use, but it's like, it's going to be great for YouTube content. And like, I still have barely touched the surface on this, but it's going to be great to have to make content about and stuff like that. So some of you guys may not like it. I'm sorry, but we'll do like comparisons and stuff like that. So, and I'm still going to be doing stuff on the S1H because, you know, S1H fam. I'm not getting rid of my S1H or anything like that. So YouTube is banned in China unless you have VPN, but video is huge in China. Just look at the dang hugely popular TikTok app. No, it's totally true. Yeah, it's easy to get onto YouTube with VPN. At least I think. But yeah, no, it would be... I just don't know how I would do it, you know? Do you use the right color checker for video with the S1H? X-Right? No, this is the spider checker. This is actually the one I use. It's an old one, but it works. I would use that one though, the mini one. It's just expensive. That's why I haven't gotten it. So we could do English and I work on the subtitles in Chinese. Actually, that would be sweet. If I could get subtitles, even just subtitles on my videos would be freaking amazing. I'm getting an A7S3 also to play with. For my use too, like it'll be nice, even just something like this, filming my YouTube videos, it's going to be perfect. Because I love filming on this for the 6K because I can punch in because I try to make all my videos in 4K. It'll be nice. I'll miss the punch-ins on the 6K, but you know, the autofocus is just not great. When I'm by myself, it's just hard to film by myself. So, yeah. Also ordered an A7S3. Can't wait to play with it. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm glad that everybody's not like, you got an A7S3 and you're gonna make content about it. Like, no, unsubscribe. I mean, if it's fine. It's your choice. So I can do it in Chinese. Or yeah, just put subs and upload it to some Chinese platforms like Bilibili. Yes, I can do Chinese, fluent in Chinese. Tools equals cameras. Exactly. I'm glad that you guys have the same thoughts and opinions about cameras. Different tools for different needs. Tool. It's just like any else. Like, it doesn't matter if you edit in Final Cut. You could edit a movie in Final Cut. Nobody would know. Resolve, Premiere, Avid, you know. It's just, yeah. Discuss your zebra settings. So I have... Let me look. So I have my Zebra 1 set to... Oops. I have Zebra 1 set to 55%. I actually don't... I meant to set Zebra 2, I think, to 90%. Because I think 55% is what you want if you're going to be doing skin tones. If you're exposing for skin tones in Vlog. But I'm pretty sure 90%, you don't really want to go higher than 90% for your highlights unless you don't care about those highlights. So that's what I have. Now that I think about it, though, I'm like, was it 55%? I think it's 55. Yeah, those are my zebra settings, though. A cut is a cut. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Like NELs are just tools, just like cameras. They're just tools. And yeah, I talked about this a little bit earlier. I think it's funny when I get comments of a few comments of people, and they're like, "What? The A7S III is miles ahead of the S1H." And I'm like, well, maybe it kind of depends though on what you're shooting. I was like, it has a lot to offer the S1H doesn't have, but yeah, and people get super passionate, or they're like, "Whoa, don't get offended, bro." And I'm like, I'm not offended, I promise. My voice sounds like this all the time. I'm having a discussion with you. And I'm usually pretty nice too. I'm like never mean either. Is the 2470 f2.8 Sigma any good for the S1H? So I made actually a whole video about it. It's right here. I really like it. The autofocus is better on the 20S Pro 24-70, but the Sigma is a little bit smaller. It is a tiny bit wider, even though it's still 24-70. It's like a 23-69, I swear. But it is almost like a macro lens at 24 millimeters. It's crazy. You can get like this close, like literally touching the lens, and you can focus. It's crazy. Super long focus throw. Yeah, super great build quality. Yeah, I do like the Sigma a lot. Obviously, I only have Sigma lenses. I'm looking at getting the Lumix S1 for running on film, making docs. Is there a big difference between the S1H and the S1 in your opinion? Yes, there is. There are similar settings. Ergonomically, though, like ergonomics-wise, the S1H is completely different. It's almost about the same size, but like where the buttons are and stuff, like the switches are the same, but like the switch is different. It doesn't have this little LCD. I think the buttons are here too. I can't remember. You've got dual cards, SD card slots on the S1H. You have a XQD or a QXC. What is that? Basically, it's like a mini CFast card and an SD card slot on the S1. So that's one thing. It has a weird like flippy screen. It like comes out this way, and then it also tilts like this, like out this way, kind of like this. Or maybe it's the other way, but it doesn't flip out like this. So that's another thing. Um, it has record buttons right here and here. The S1H does. The S1 doesn't. But yeah, the S1 is a much better price. And if you don't have the budget for the S1H, then yeah. But there are, I would think of the S1 as the more hybrid photo video camera, whereas the S1H is more video focused, and it has an S1 basically built in. So you're getting exactly what the S1 has and more with the S1H. So a lot more in terms of video. Walk away. There's less control and shutter speed in certain FPS. What were we talking about? Jeff, I forgot. Less control and shutter speed, certain FPS. Oh, you're talking about the S1? Yeah, you're too nice. I'm pushing 50 and I don't have the patience anymore. I am nice. Not even just in like on YouTube, but in person. The thing is like, it's not like I'm trying to be like not offend people. It's just like, guys, stop being so emotional about things. About things over the internet. I promise. It's okay. People in the comments is what we're talking about right now. I just laugh when people get super emotional. Like I kind of want to like read some because they're just funny. Or like when people talk about it's really when people talk about like the autofocus, they're like, I don't understand. Professionals using Reds and Alexas never autofocus. I take pride in using manual all the way. Autofocus is for me needed in gimbals, which, okay, this one's a bad example, but like if he wouldn't have said at the end, like autofocus for me is only needed in gimbals. Okay, that's a bad example. Let me find somebody else. Most people are really nice, though. I haven't had many people that are like, just like jerks. And I don't delete comments either that are like, unless they're just totally irrelevant. That's the only time that I'll delete a comment. That was the big difference in S1 and S1H. Oh, got it. Walk away. There's less control and shutter speed in certain FPS. Yeah. Yeah, autofocus is a tool also, as well. I'm trying to find one. Maybe they deleted their comments when I replied. Yeah, because sometimes I think people feel stupid when I reply. And like I'm just logical about things and realistic about things. I'm just like, oh, this guy. I mean, he was nice too. But he was like, checked out when you said you use histogram for exposure. I mean, I know that you use histogram for photos, but it can still give you an idea of what your exposure is like. But yeah. Where is this one guy? See, it doesn't happen that much, as you can see. Oh, some people have replied. Hey, Tony, you actually replied to one of those guys. Hold on, let me look at that. That one dude that was calling you out for saying S1H was a cinema camera. Yeah. I'm trying to find that comment. He takes his work seriously. Yeah. Well, yeah, he was like, so like, oh my gosh, like, and I was like, it's okay, I promise. Let's see. Thanks, Jeffrey, and the Armstrong community. Hey, no problem, man. We're here for you. So wait, I'm trying to find him. Maybe this was him. So this guy said Sony is a luxury vlogging kit while the S1H is a dedicated proper cinema camera, which I replied and was like, yes, I agree. I didn't mean it that literal though. Like, this isn't really a proper cinema camera. A proper cinema camera is an RE, a Varicam, or a, you know, or a Red. But in a mirrorless camera body, it is the closest thing you can get to it right now. There's nothing in a mirrorless form factor like this that is cinema, you know, that has cinema features. That was kind of what I meant. And so this guy replied and he was like, I don't even know if I should go through this, but don't get offended, but you sound like, he was talking to the other guy. He was like, you sound like someone who just reads rumors and spec sheets and never hold a real video-oriented camera. S1H, biggest problems, compressed bitrate, strong IBIS, very less lens options, color science. I was like, color science? Color science is totally subjective. 100%. It's just funny he talked about color science, because I'm like, color science is totally subjective, because if you're shooting in RAW, you can get any look you want. So like, or like even in Vlog, if you're shooting in log, you can essentially get any look that you want. So it's like, why are we talking about color science? I don't know. Anyways, bitrate is not pathetic, but it is really compressed if you compare it to raw capabilities. And it's like, well, no duh, and no duh it is. And yeah, not trying to bash on this guy or anything. He just, you know, he takes his work super seriously. Strong IBIS creates wobble on wide-angle lenses most often, used for establishing shots. That is not the only reason, but one of the few why true cinema cameras don't have it. And he's right there. Lens options depends on lens mount, and in this case, you are lost by knockout, and 95% of people won't use this for anamorphic lens. Do you even know how much they cost, or what are the renting prices for a day? Can't shoot on wide open aperture. Have to stop down on something like T4 to really get rid of the dreamy softness. Color science is not something you cannot tweak. What? It is something how fast you can get it to look what the scene demands, and no doubt that film look like, yeah. And I know what he's saying. S1H is literally a video specific camera for events, music video, run and gun stuff, maybe weddings, all those stuff for the matter, but it's not a dedicated cinema camera. So I agree, it's not a dedicated cinema camera, but I'm like, I don't think Panasonic made this camera specifically for events, music videos, run and gun stuff. Have you ever used the S1H outdoors while it's pouring? I haven't yet. Well, actually, no, I have. I have a wedding video. I was using an umbrella though, but the thing was I had a Sigma attached, and I don't think the Sigma I was using was not weather sealed. I think it's Dustin moisture resistant, but it wasn't weather sealed. So, and so then I replied and was like, he said he wasn't talking to me, but it was like, it sounded like you were. So that's why I replied. But I was like, when you reply, this is a complaint I have about YouTube, is like, it's so hard to know who is talking to me. But I replied and was like, yeah, sure. It's not a proper, basically what I told you guys. And then I said, of course, RAW is going to be better than any codecs on the S1H. Like, it's like, well, duh. RAW is going to trump anything, because there's literally nothing higher than RAW. ProRes RAW is a different story. Like, it's RAW quotes, but it's not like 16-bit RAW 444 that like a Red can shoot or something like that, you know. I just thought it's so funny. And then And I was like, an IBIS can just be turned off. You don't have to use IBIS on the camera. And then I was like, yeah, you can get LPL mount adapters for the S1H. And then I was like, Atlas anamorphic lenses are 8K each. Because I'm like, I've been eyeballing Atlas anamorphics for a long time. And I was like, I can rent these 3 lenses for $400 a day, local to me. But they can cost, yeah, anamorphics are freaking stupid expensive. And then I was like, I don't know why yeah, exactly what I told you guys. It's totally subjective. And then I was like, some people prefer Canon colors, though Sony is more accurate, but you can get accurate colors using C-Log with the color matrix set to neutral on the Canon. And then I was like, getting off topic, but I was like, I didn't take offense, because it's true, I didn't take offense. So, and I was like, discussion's welcome. And yeah, I don't know everything. I'm not, like, a good example. So many people come to my channel and they're like, hey, did you watch Gerald Undun's video on the A7S III? It does have dual ISO. And it's like, of course I watch Gerald's videos. I love his videos. But yeah, I'm not as in-depth as Gerald. But I'm not just some random dude that... I'm not some random dude that doesn't know what he's doing and just reads YouTube stuff. I can have like a... What's the word? I can have a conversation about film stuff. Specs and whatnot, whatever you want to call it. So anyways, I don't think I even read what he replied to you. And then I even said like, sorry, replied anyways. YouTube reply system isn't very intuitive. And then he was like, just saying, because I take my work way too seriously, and time is the biggest amount of money I have. Adapter increase the distance between sensor and lens. Right then, what is used of all the technological advances done just to decrease that distance? One more thing, it cuts your light. Ugh, and then the difference is minimal but identical. Anyways, I could keep going. It's just like, well, I feel like you do take your work a little too serious. Oh yeah, and I'm not getting like crazy about it. This guy was even like, wow, calm down. It's not Ari or Red. I get it. No need to get personally offended. Because like he's the one that kind of got personally offended, and that's why I found it funny. Where you're Sonali, where I go, let's see some seriously. After 3 years working in production, I have not been able to catch my lucky break. I use my Ari in conjunction with the S1H. Ooh, you have an Ari, Tony? Why didn't you tell me? What kind of Ari do you have? Actually, according to Cinema, first positive surprise in 6K 3x2 mode and 5.9 16x9. The dynamic range measured by IMA-test at a signal noise ratio of 2 is 12.7 stops. This is the second best result that we've ever measured, right after the Ari Alexa. 14 stops. You can shoot RAW 12-bit on the S1H externally now. It's true. Pro is RAW. I don't personally own an S1H, but they are closest to the proper cinema canon. Yeah, exactly. Tony, you agree with me. Because you didn't break into Hollywood even after 30 years, you are not doing something right. What? And I am not a fan of Hollywood, or as I am Indian, not also a fan of Indian film industry. For me, work is the most important thing, even if it's shot on a Canon 5D. If your work is shiz, not even Ari can make it look good. It's not about the camera. It's every other thing that went into creating a masterpiece that comes on screen. Interesting. It's really hard to break into Hollywood. Let's just throw that out there. Most people don't make it. I am really nice though, guys. It's just me. I'm a nice person. But yeah, problem is, yeah, no matter how much you know, there's always someone on the internet that knows. Well, and that's the thing too, is like, nobody's ever gonna know everything there is to know about cameras. Because there is way too much to know. And the guys that probably know that much about cameras probably work for a camera company, and they're like a lens tech or like a camera tech, you know, they know, but they're not jerks because they know how they work. So it's like, yeah, anyways, that dude can eat a glizzy, brush them off. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like I still welcome even comments like that. Here it is. Here it is right here. So he said, "Dude, Zong, are you joking me? Sony A7S III, not a cinema cam? Well, LOL, is that a joke or is your info limited? Check Gerald Undun's, there it is again. Check Gerald Undun video about the A7S III to understand what it's capable of and to understand what cinematic features it has. S-Log 3 10-bit 422 at 600 megabits is a game changer. What are you talking about?" Which is true. I totally agree with him. A7S III is better than the S1H by miles. And it's like, I can confirm Dustin is nice. Reached out to him on Insta, got right back to me. I am trying to stay very active on YouTube and Instagram as far as like responding to comments and messages, because I don't want to be, eventually it's going to come to a point where it's just, if the channel keeps growing like it does, eventually I'll probably come to a point where I just can't do it all, you know? Yeah, so yeah, I'll get into that in a second, Tony. But yeah, so I replied and I was like, I listed it for use on dock and narrow work, because yeah, you could totally use the A7S III for that. And then I was like, and I've totally, like, I watched Gerald's video immediately when it came out, because yeah, like, it was very informative, and it was just like, as soon as I saw the price on the A7S III, actually, I thought it was possibly going to be cost like $4,500 or like $5,000, and I was a little nervous because I was like, ugh, I don't know if I want to spend that. But as soon as I saw the price, I was almost, and funny thing, I saw the leaked B&H photo video on the A7S III, so I kind of knew. I was just waiting for the price. I was like, if this is like $3,500, which is roughly what I was hoping for, I was like, I will easily buy it. If it's like $4,500, I was like, ugh, that's gonna be a harder decision. As soon as I saw the price, though, immediately did my pre-order, because I was like, that is a really good price. And I had sold my A7S and A7S2 not months. I sold it about a month and a half, my A7S2, before the A7S3, and then like 2 months ago, I sold my A7S in preparation for the A7S3. So, and I was like, I agree it's a game changer. That's why I pre-ordered it, but I disagree that it is better by miles. It has a lot of features the S1H doesn't have, but the S1H still has a lot to offer the A7S3 doesn't have. But until I get my hands on it and dig deep into the menus, I won't know, which is true. Like, I'm not going to just base my opinion on a camera without using it. And like I said, it's just a spec comparison. And I didn't want to get far into details. Anyways. Yeah, I'll tell you about Gerald. When are you going to make a B-roll video about making coffee? You're a camera guy on YouTube. It's the law. You guys are going to unsub when I tell you I don't drink coffee. That's why I haven't made one yet. I'm literally almost the cliche. Like, I wear a flat brim hat. Is that it? I can't think of anything else. I wear a flat brim hat. One wheel. Yeah. One wheel. See, one wheel is something I've wanted for years. Yeah, everybody, all of them have a YouTube. The thing is, so I live in Utah, and we snowboard. We have like some of the greatest snow here. Okay, if you ever want to get some good ski snow, snowboard snow, you're gonna purchase the S1H this weekend. Ah, yes. Yeah, the BH debacle. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to the Gerald thing, but like, so I snowboard, right? I've snowboarded since I was 6, and like, I've literally, as soon as I saw the one wheel on Kickstarter, I was like, I want that thing, because I also longboard. But a problem about longboarding is that I'm always afraid I'm gonna hit a crack in like the cement and go flying, and like, I just have way less control. But it's the closest thing I can do. Like, I can snowboard. that's not snowboarding is what I'm saying. But as soon as I saw the one wheel, I was like, oh, I want one of those so bad. So it's my wife, like, she finally was just like, would you just buy it already? Because I had talked to her like for 2 years about it. So I finally did it. So, and like camera stuff, I can justify buying this stuff because it makes me money. The one wheel, literally a toy. Like, it's not going to make me any money or anything. So that's why it took me so long to buy one. I absolutely love it though. I can go out my front door and I can basically snowboard on pavement, go over grass, go over rocks, go up and over curbs. Like, oh, it's so fun. I love it. So yeah, I'm totally a cliche YouTuber, except I'm nice. There's where the cliche ends. And I don't drink coffee, so that's another thing. Make a dope tea video. My wife drinks tea. I could do a tea video. Okay, here you go. Here, I'll pull you up a protein coffee video I made like 3 years ago. Supplement that a company sent me. Let's see. You can look at my old Vimeo videos. Don't look at my Vimeo. Just kidding. You can look at it. You'll see some videos that I have on my regular YouTube, but I think I actually hid the videos that I don't want people to see. They're like the stuff I did in college. I'm like, oh man, so bad. Okay, here you go. Here is my... I think we can play this music. We should be okay. Okay, here's my B-roll. Here's my cinematic B-roll. I actually am going to do some cinematic B-roll videos though, but different ideas. Okay, let me make sure I answer everybody's questions before I get into this. Yeah, still pre-ordered. So, yeah, Gerald. This is what I want to do different from Gerald. I want to do the technical things, but yeah, I want to just use the camera, make something cool out of it, and then talk about my experience with it. So, when I get and I want to do that with the S1H too. I want to make basically like a short film is what I want to do. Kind of like, I don't even know if a short film is what I would call it. Like a narrative commercial type thing is what I want to make. Some kind of story, you know. I want to do that. And those will be kind of my review videos. And if I want to, I can make a more in-depth tech video. Best thing is like Gerald's already beat me to it. It's like, why? I don't know. I guess I can give you my thoughts and opinions on it. So it's a different, but I love that you said that, Steve. It makes me laugh. I'm having a tough time selling my A7S II. The first camera I bought with the hard-earned money. Oh, you just got to do it. There's probably already a flood of A7S IIs on the market. Videography and dancers in slow-mo. Yes. Dancers in slow-mo. Coming soon, I promise. Grind some beans for us. Pinto beans. That's what I'll grind for you. In slow-mo. Just crack open a cold one for us. Well, and like, I actually don't drink too. I don't drink alcohol. I'm such a non-cliche now. I'm sorry. I have nothing against alcohol, but I don't drink alcohol. This is the thing, is I'm not just cheap in camera stuff. I'm cheap in real life. It's so expensive. Okay, anyways, here's my cinematic B-roll. Okay, you guys ready? You guys already left. Just kidding. You're killing us. I'm sorry. You guys are in an unsub. I don't drink. I play soccer from that one video. There you go. I do Spartan races. What else do I do that's unique? I drink a lot of Mountain Dew and Red Bull. But after today, I went to a bachelor's party. I was playing basketball. Oh my gosh. I'm so out of shape. Whew. I've got to find my thing. Okay. I wear flat brim hats. That's my thing. I don't know. I'll find it. Here you go. Here's your cinematic B-roll right here. Yeah. So there you go. Snowboarding. I snowboard. Come on. Crazy thing, I was hired to film an Olympic snowboarder on the ski resort. Follow her. It was crazy. I was just on a GoPro and a gimbal, but yeah, I was hired to do that one time because I snowboard. I'm not amazing, but I can go really fast. Okay, cinematic B-roll. Sorry, right here. Oh, I hate Vimeo, by the way. I feel like it doesn't work. Hey, where's the sound? Oh, hold on. By the way, this was made... How long ago did I make this? When was this uploaded? I want to say it was 2017. Might have been 2018, actually. So maybe 2 years ago. Okay, cinematic B-roll right here. Protein shake cinematic B-roll. Right here. Oh, yeah. This was shot in my kitchen. This is what my cinematic B-rolls would look like. Wow, wow. Boom. Cinematic B-roll. Money. There you go. There's your cinematic B-roll. Cinematic at f1.2. I actually don't remember. I shot it with, that was with my A7 III. I shot that video with, and it was nice macro shots. Thank you. Yeah, so that was I shot that with the 16-35 G Master 2.8 on the Sony. 55 millimeter 1.8 and the 90 millimeter macro. Yep, that's what that video was shot on. It turned out pretty good. I was happy with it. That was like a random company that found... This is back when I was freelance. Random company. They just found me on Instagram and they were like, "Hey, could you make..." So if you go to that protein coffee on Amazon, you'll see that video. Unless they got rid of it. I think it's still there. Let's see. Don't worry. I'll have cinematic B-roll. Whoa, my voice just cracked. It's getting late. Been talking a lot. But yeah, there will be cinematic B-roll. Don't worry. Oh yeah, it's totally still there. Yeah. 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 See this? It's there. It's $30. It's a great deal. Yeah, so future video coming soon. It's gonna be a cinematic B-roll. That's the hot term on YouTube these days. Cinematic B-roll. I've got a Ford GT. Let's just put it that way. We've got this rebuilt Skyline. It's gonna be sweet. Yeah, we've got some cool stuff planned. It's just timing. Takes me a minute to get to it and schedule everything. I'm freelancing more since MGM isn't doing any fights or concerts now. Yeah, it's been tough. 4 a.m. You're mad, man. I am mad. It's actually only 2 a.m. here. I'm a night owl, I'm telling you. Trevor. Yeah, actually, we might have I could show you a picture of it. It's actually my buddy that's a YouTuber. Even that is slow. I know. It's been rough this year. Obviously, because of the pandemic, but... Like, I had Oh, I was going to tell you guys, crazy thing. So you saw my stuff was on Vimeo, right? You have to pay like $60 or whatever a year to upload, you know, certain file sizes, right? So I was doing that. I switched all of my stuff over to YouTube because this is on a different channel. It's not on this Dustin Armstrong channel. So I switched it over to YouTube, right? It was like 7-8 months later. Somebody watched my YouTube video, one of my wedding videos, and it was a wedding video that I kind of made in the Sam Colder, like, seamless transition way, because that's what they wanted. And I tagged it, I think in the tags I put like Sam Colder wedding video or something like that, wedding edit, or I don't know. Somebody had searched that on YouTube, found me, found my website, and they called me up and booked me like immediately. So literally, if I wouldn't have moved my stuff from Vimeo onto YouTube, I wouldn't have booked that wedding client. We had to reschedule to next year because of the pandemic, because they're in no rush. But isn't that crazy? So I'm glad that I am not on Vimeo anymore. For that reason. Dumb reason. Okay, what was I looking up? Oh, yeah. It's going to show you the skyline. I think it's a skyline. Oh, no. It's a GTR. It's an old GTR, though, like restored. Yeah. Skylines are nice. Here you go. So this car, it's getting rebuilt. It's actually almost done. Yeah, GTRs are super nice. So it looks kind of like that. But yeah, this is the GT we're going to be shooting with. Cinematic B-roll coming soon. This is my buddy, Patrick. So Patrick, I used to work for him. Bro, that's sick. I know. It's going to be a sweet video, I think. Oh, there's his car. His other car right there. So yeah, this one, we're going to do a video with this one. We're going to do a video with this one. I'll probably space them out. I won't do them the same thing. He's actually getting married Saturday. I'm shooting his wedding video, so. But, so Patrick, this is his, like, personal channel. He doesn't have a ton of subscribers. And he is, like, 22. And, let's just say he has a multi-million-dollar business now. From YouTube, basically. So this is his other channel. I used to work for him. So he's only got like 750, 740,000 subscribers, right? But he just makes rings, right? But he sells his rings and like, yeah, it's a multi-million-dollar business now. Yeah. That kid he's a super smart kid too. So like, this is a video I did. So yeah, I made this video. This video has almost 6 million views. I made that video. I made this video. Almost 400,000. I made this video. Yeah, I used to work for Patrick. Super nice guy. They're nothing like too fancy. This one was a little more fancy. This video. Yeah, I worked for him for about 1.5 years when I was freelance. Shot his videos and edited them. Yeah, it was fun. I think it was like this. Yeah, I'd have fun. So yeah, I tried to have fun with some of his videos. Come on. There we go. This is 2018, January of 2018. Boom. Yeah, but we would shoot these like super fast, so I didn't have time to really try super hard on like making it perfect. That's the thing with YouTube though, is like it doesn't need to be perfect. My videos aren't perfect. I'll go back and I'm like, oh man, I missed something. Wait, there's another good one. Is this a good one?
Hey, what's up, my dudes? Welcome back to the channel. So great to have you here. Today we're going to be making, and so I do use a little.
Here we go.
Cool, unique ring to look at. Why? And a little bit of backstory.
This one's fun.
Doing it. Hope that was helpful.
Yeah, I had fun with his videos every now and again, but it kind of just got to the point where we would just make the videos. We wouldn't put as much time into them. We were trying to get more out and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways. So we'll be doing some videos with some nice cars, cinematic B-roll, whatever you want to call it. The hot word right now. Product work is perfect for pandemic stuff. Oh yeah, totally. Right now, freelance wise, I've got some wedding videos. I had a few promo videos I did, like that gym promo. That was before it kind of got crazy here though. Yeah, I don't have much. I have some editing things that I've been doing on the side. Yeah, my full-time job's just been insanity right now. I find rich people don't pay much. It's true. He's like, yeah, Patrick's like cheap, even though he has a decent amount of money. Every time Dana White asks me to help out with UFC events, he always lowballing me. Oh, I see what you're saying. Rich people, yeah. They're like, I don't know. It's like, come on, you've got money. Come on, just pay me my day rate. This was a good job for me though, working here. It was fun. Mayweather also meh. Freaking Mayweather. So you film stuff for UFC? That's awesome, actually. I did like live events wise. I did football games, basketball games. This is back when I was 19, 20 until I was 21. No, I was older, 22. So 19 till I was 22. I was pretty much solely like live events. Well, not solely. That's a lie. I actually want to make a video about this as well. I want to make so many videos. Just talking about my background, because you know people don't know where I came from. So yeah, like when I was 15, that was what got me into video, the high school broadcast program. And yep, edited on Final Cut. I made some like lightsaber videos in After Effects. That was what got me interested. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do this, but this is what I want to do for a living. Something to do with this. So then I got a job at the college filming for the football games and the basketball games. And I also did I was a video technician. So we set up projectors and all that stuff. And then I started working for a live events company in my area, and that's when I started getting to know like audio, soundboards and lighting boards and all that stuff, because I was solely a video technician at the college. But man, live events are just tough, man. And in the meantime though, when I was 19, that's when I got my first freelance editing job. I put subtitles in videos because I was fast. So I did that. I started in the photog in the 80s. Dang. That's crazy. So you used like linear editors, yeah? So yeah, I did freelance. I worked on. Oh no, my wife's calling me. I might gotta end the stream soon. Hey. Sorry. I probably gotta go soon. I gotta take my dogs out again, but yeah, I'm gonna make a whole video about it. But like, I freelanced for a production agency. Once they got to know me better, and like they were like, "Oh, this kid's like actually reliable," they started hiring me on sets. So I was like a PA. I just would like wrangle cables and like all this stuff, you know. Billboard Music Awards also, and then worked for Luca Arts making games. Oh, Lucas Arts, that's awesome actually. Pandemic is turning everyone into a night owl. Oh, it's totally true. But yeah, so then they started hiring me on sets, and then that's when I started. I was like a PA for a long time, and then I did some second AC stuff. I ran the clapper, transported lenses, you know, all the second AC stuff. And then I would also operate camera. I eventually started helping out operating like the Dragon that they had. And then when I graduated college, that same production company hired me full time. And and I worked at the college doing live events too after that. And then yeah, I worked at the production agency, and I was the lead video editor basically. There was no other editors there though. It was just me. Well, there was another editor, but I was like the creative one. So made stuff there, and that's when I started getting more experience on the Dragon, started getting more comfortable on the Red. That was when I like bought my A7S and stuff like that. Worked there for like 2 years, and then I was freelance for 2 years for like Patrick YouTuber, and I did like corporate stuff, and yeah, and then I got a job offer for this company that I work for now. So paid your dues. I know. That's the thing though, is like I still have so much I want to do. Like, I definitely don't want to stay at this company like the rest of my life, but it's a great company I work for, and it's a great job, so super appreciative. I gotta go though. Super thankful for you guys being here. It's been awesome. Love the live streams, and yeah, expect a video hopefully this weekend. It's gonna be about the Spawnator. Nothing too crazy. My experience with it, I've been using it for like the past 3 weeks, I want to say, but yeah, this company sent it to me. So all right, brother, thanks for the stream. Hey, no, thank you, Tony. Thank you, Trevor, everybody else who's here, and appreciate you staying up this late. Hey, no problem. I'm a night owl, so. But anyways, until the next stream, I have to do it. I have to do it because it's my thing. Happy filming. I will get some rest. How do I end? I forgot. I didn't forget. See you guys. Thank you. Appreciate